Missed.
We went to a funeral.
They totally
Oh, yeah.
called you to meet them because they were at a funeral, so you totally ran into them right before this ambush took place.
Someone seduced a
You
guard
went
or
to
a
a
security
funeral?
officer.
Yep,
And
one of
she
the
showed
local
up for the ambush.
security agents. She is totally on your guys' side now. She's excited. She's heard of the Keleres, and she totally wants to, like, wink wink nudge nudge. Can you make me one? Take me off this planet. I don't want to be a security guard on a podunk planet. But really, officer, teach me how to be one of your kind. And so the group totally went to the trade district and discovered that there was a funeral for someone who was mugged in an alleyway. Coincidence? Mugged in an alleyway and murdered. He was a high-ranking member of his faction as a trader, as in trading of items, not traitor to the cause. And he was recently declared accidentally murdered in a mugging in the alleyway. Which, since most of the merchant district folks are all foreigners and outsiders, it probably, you get the feeling outsiders don't get a lot of TLC because, people have been here a couple hundred years in interconnecting families together. Outsiders are totally feeling like outsiders here. The security chief totally gave the group gruff when you guys got off the ship to keep your noses clean and don't get involved in anything. There was a seduction of the security officer who's now running from your hotel to where you guys are now because she found some news, or at least she's looking for an excuse to hang out with you guys some more.
Who is that? Which character did that?
Who do you think?
I'll give you one guess. And if they're not here, you don't get to guess again.
Yeah.
Yes, it was totally Percy, who she is now enamored with.
Aha.
It's totally a cat thing, I'm telling you.
Yeah, she's a crazy cat woman.
You rub his ear and he starts going, and she's just like, done.
My.
I can retire as a crazy cat lady. Done.
Check that box.
So he has not responded back on either Skype or Facebook. So I think Scott is actually resting, which is the good thing, and not trying to be a superhero in the hospital in a gurney calling to game, because that's hardcore baller shit. But I totally understand needing to relegate to rest.
Yeah. Sitting there with nothing to do, got to do something. All right.
As did I give your security expert a pretty good rundown? Is there anything else you want to clue him in on?
We got
there's
item, right?
There's definitely L1Z1X agents on this planet. We definitely saw
that's right.
saw some of their communication mindnet frequencies being active.
Uh-oh.
And we got some kind of device. I forget if we got a chance to look at it or not from the funeral that was left by the contact.
Yep, your contacts at the funeral. The last thing left for the family members to take away was this tin of spice, and you guys were basically told to take that. And there's something inside it. You haven't had a chance to open it. You were probably smart in wanting to make sure to open it when you get to the actual hotel room. And apparently Scott's gotten some nurse action going right now. That's what's going on.
There's crazy cat ladies everywhere. Though it could be a male nurse, but that's all right.
Dare to dream.
If the meds are good enough, who knows?
Well, and Percy didn't seem too picky.
Right.
And the only information that you were provided was that someone saw his last report was there was some interesting folks around that he was, his family members said that there was some Winu, the sort of like your liaison for the Keleres,
Right.
the green
Oh,
skinned
yeah.
guys, that he was following some suspicious Winu around, and that was the last thing anyone knew he was doing.
Which we think of the L1.
Some agents for the L1.
And suspiciously, the Winu are who are ambushing us also.
There happens to be 5 hooded Winu that are wearing like monk-like robes, it looks like.
And
one
who
guy,
have biotech arms that are also guns.
as they in
Right.
weird unison all stuck their hands up, and they pointed their palms at you, and the palm, like a line opened and separated and a barrel extended out, obviously a cybernetic weapon of some kind. And they seem to be communicating without words, so you're probably assuming they're using some kind of most likely cybernetic communication. Mind that. I mean, when you have a collective, you use it.
Right. So I suppose it's vigilance.
So Scott has not responded back about being nursed at the moment, but we will totally clue him in later once he jumps in. So yeah, I will go ahead and I will even go pa-pow, as you can see on the map what's there.
Wow.
Pa-pow.
Pa-pow.
Did we have that?
Clear the pool though.
Yeah, apparently a
think
bunch
we
of
ever rolled.
initiative stuff popped up. It was blank until I brought you guys onto the page.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
Yeah. We need to remember that we need to clear that before any given session.
Yep, clear it after and
Because
clear
it keeps doing that.
And clearly, as you guys were talking, joking, you're totally ready to open this canister as even whoever's holding it cockily throws it in the air and catches it. And there's that botched vigilance check with the triumph was that your friend and ally is coming to reinforce you shortly. She is totally further than you see her on the map, by the way, in the very far left. You see her. She's a few rounds away from that location, though. And she's oblivious to the fact these guys are pointing weapons at you. And I'm totally picking another color than dark red because you cannot see it on this map. There we go. And these are the 5 guys pointing their palms at you in weird unison. So we will
Do they have any burgers?
Do they have
fries? Burgers and fries?
She is 3 rounds away from being right there where we see her on the map, just so we have her there. We'll totally give her some bibbly bips, bibbly bips, so we know how far away she is. I mean, granted, when gunplay starts, she'll be double moving, and that will be a little more, antsy. But right now, she's just waving at you guys. So yeah, everything is clear. If you would like to roll a vigilance.
Bam. Why did my blue not work? Dang it. No points.
Because your blue is not true. Wow, as ambushes go, they did not plan a very good ambush.
They're not very ambushy.
We saw it come a mile away.
What's the scale here?
I will give you guys that in just a sec. Just for shits and giggles, I'm gonna roll for Scott. Wow, he's got really good cool, by the way.
I thought we were doing vigilance.
Oh yeah,
But-
yeah. That's why he has a 0-2 on his roll. He has really
No.
good cool, not a good vigilance.
Nice.
Go to your side of the map there. Give you some quick doodles.
Oh, it's got the advantages messed up on the turn order.
Oh yeah, I still gotta straighten that out.
You hasn't sorted it yet, or did you?
Nope.
No,
I,
it's sorted correctly.
I gave it a quick sort, which you can never really trust. Let me count my math there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. So 6 for short. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 for medium.
Wow.
I mean, it's pretty
Squiggly
chunky. Very squiggly line. Pretty chunky alleyway there. I mean, and you totally hear in this synthesized voice that comes out of two of the ones, the one on the far right and the far left of the alleyway. The synthesized voice just kind of crackles, and they open their mouth, and it doesn't look like they're talking, but whatever it is, it's like they're speakers for someone else. And the voice just kind of booms with directional speakerness that doesn't wake up the neighbors, but clearly comes to your ears as they say, "You will provide me what you were given at the funeral."
Oh, sorry.
As the bird laughs, the creepiest sound you've ever heard. The creepiest sound. There you go. Everything's in order, and wow, it sucks for these guys.
Yeah. A lot of bravado for nothing.
Wow, we're at long range. Wow.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Okay, let's squish that up a little bit. There we go.
Oh, that's better.
Define better.
So
I
if
totally
they're
need to check. What's their weapons range?
That's much better.
okay, so a double move is 12 squares, yeah?
Yep.
Or is it 14? Because the medium's
Well, if
14.
If you use the double move, you can go medium distance. So yeah, up to 14.
Okay, so 14. Okay. Interesting math, but I'll take it.
Because I want medium distance to be a little more than double short distance.
Gotcha.
Just because it plays out better that way.
Hmm.
You can move medium by all means, if you want to commit the movement.
All right.
I sense some plotting going on here.
So I'm just kind of thinking to myself, like, who is carrying whatever it is that was given during the funeral?
As literally he looks at all of you guys and says, who amongst you has this thing?
No, I mean, I'm like, well,
I'm pretty sure we slipped
guys,
it to me, didn't we?
I think you had it. Well,
I'm
what
not
race? Oh, they were the Jolnar, right?
Yeah.
I'm
Was
kind of
it-
like, what's going on, guys? Because you said I just arrived, so
Yep,
I don't
you
know,
just
like,
met them
I'm
like
not
one
fully
street
up to
before the
speed.
alleyway.
All right. Well,
So I kind of look at the others for Q on this. Is
Okay.
it fighting time or is it talking time?
So one thing we do need to answer that question of who does have the MacGuffin.
I thought it got handed over to me.
Okay, so I just wanted to make sure that we're all.
Or was that
aware
the
of who's
listening
got it.
device?
There was also the listening device.
It was one of the two. I have one of the two.
But someone has the tin of spices with something inside it that you've yet to actually pop open and check. Which makes sense, because you're just coming from the funeral, I mean. You wouldn't
That
want to
might
pop that open in the middle of a street. Have all your
that might
expenses.
be Scott, because he's the one who picked it up. Or Percy, I'm sorry.
I don't remember.
I mean, if you guys are good with Scott having it, Scott will totally take it.
Yeah, sure. Scott has it.
Sure. All right. So I just kind of look to you guys for a clue. Are we getting into it here, or?
And Percy totally, gestures in his many pockets the thing that they're asking for to you guys in a subtle way that's super subtle. And during the ambush, a single shot rings out and hits Percy in the temple after he gestures to his pocket. And he bangs his head against the wall. And he is temporarily, wow, he's actually at like half, he's got strain. So he's lost a quarter of his strain for some reason.
It's about what I
Temporarily
thought.
taken.
I think that was.
Percy's
I
never
think
been
that was
subtle
a-
in his life.
I think that was. I think that was the sex.
Yeah.
I think that was the bad sex.
It's all about
the
sex,
quick
strain,
sex.
baby. Okay, so you guys, you see him, you collectively look over and pow, he hits the wall. He's still breathing, but he is out cold on the ground because it's a convenient way to take you out when you don't make it to game day because there's some cute nurse taking care of you in the real world.
Wow.
Was it one of these guys that did it?
Yes, it was one of these guys that did it.
So
Clearly,
I'm,
it's
Yeah. Go ahead.
as part of the despair ambush. That happened.
Yeah.
This way, they won't all
Alright.
die without getting a chance to do something. This
I'm
makes
guessing
sense.
fighting time.
Well, so
right,
as soon as I see that, I'm ready to go.
As you hear the
So, I'll open up and shoot. I'll shoot at the
Okay.
group right in front of me.
So since I'm assuming you don't have quick draw for your bow, right?
Probably should have picked that up, but I didn't, so that's fine.
Okay.
I'm not moving, so.
Hey, it's maneuver just as you quickly unstring your bow and reach back to your your little quiver there. Which group are you going to shoot at? This
I'll shoot the bigger group
the bigger group? Okay.
at the three of them.
Okay, that's medium range. I should probably set up a difficulty. Hell, I should probably even set up a story pool.
That might be good.
Here you go.
All right. You ready?
I am now.
Spending that one little point
Spending
already.
it early. Yep. What's the worst
All
that
right.
happens? You roll bad and they get reinforcements? Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh, okay. So you fire out your bow, and what does it look like when you nail one of these guys? He is still breathing with only 3 points of damage. On the
Okay.
plus side, he's got no soak with that Pierce 6.
No, yeah.
What kind of noise does your bow make, by the way? Does it give like a zipping zip?
Yeah, probably fairly quiet considering. I mean,
I
there's probably a
I like to
twang.
think it's I like to think it's the sound of a banjo twang, just boing.
But you don't hear any kind of feather flying or nothing because it's, so slick and sleek.
Hey, y'all, can you hear me?
We
Hey,
can.
we can hear you.
Can
How
you
are
hear
you
us?
doing?
Yes.
Sweet. That's an important question to ask after James.
That is a
couldn't hear us
very
earlier.
Yeah. So basically, there's just a little high-pitched twing, and then you just hear kind of a. Actually, you probably don't even hear much when it hits unless it's hitting metal.
And I'm totally Facebooking you a picture of what's going on right now during the ambush in the alleyway. as all of a sudden Percy, who was out cold you thought, is actually not out cold and A-okay.
Like, it's okay, guys. It grazed me.
Tis merely a flesh wound.
As your needle arrow goes flip into the guy's arm and just like it hits some crunchy metal sound that the 3 points was not enough to take him down. As all of a sudden you see on that one guy there's sparks shooting out of the hole in his monk robes.
Yeah, that's not normal.
As
Yeah.
immediately you hear this very subtle lethal target identified. And you're not sure which of the 5 it comes out of, which is creepy as hell, as they all
Yeah.
kind of immediately point their weapon at the guy with the very dangerous needle bow.
Well, if you want lethal, I'm gonna quick draw, double move.
Hey, hold on a sec.
Holden.
As we will take.
Oh, no. I need to figure out how to mute you guys.
Oh, okay. In Skype, there should be a. Yeah, you don't want to. There should be on. Damn. I think you can mute yourself and then turn your volume all the way down is the only option you've got.
I would think you would have a mic button that you can push to mute.
Yeah, there's the mute button he's
Or-
got on Skype for yourself.
I
but
can
think
mute.
wanting-
I can mute me.
But he can't mute us. The only way you can do that is turn the volume
Oh,
down.
yeah, it's camera. Yeah, it's camera or
Yeah,
the
camera
mic.
or volume.
So, yeah.
Okay, so our very scary lethal gentleman is doing his quick draw to pull both of his blades out, and then 2 maneuvers to go flying down the alleyway. You guys are all
And
impressed with his badass motion.
yes, I'm using them as a pair.
Ooh, the dual wielding. Do you have anything that mitigates dual wielding this?
Well, it said that they're like it didn't really say much. It just said that they were like perfectly balanced and paired.
Okay,
So,
but you have no feats or anything that would take away the extra die.
oh no, I don't know.
Okay.
I wasn't sure if it's part of the blades or not, but yeah, I don't have a talent that will do it.
Okay, cool. So I've got your did someone flip a destiny point?
They did.
I see.
He did. He did.
Okay, I've got your upgrade there.
All
And
right.
do you have your difficulty set?
Okay.
I sense there is 2 advantage in this roll.
There sure is. So that
Wow,
would
those
be
are some lethal blades.
2 hits of 9.
Okay, so 2 hits of 9. So when your first hit hits, are you going to the wounded guy?
With the needle bow, yeah.
Okay.
The guy that
yeah.
got shot.
You come up to that guy and you just give him a snicker snack. And what does it look like when you execute that bastard?
Well, it just basically looks like as I was running by, I just like did a quick turn, a real quick hit, and then immediately jammed into the next guy. Like completely fluid.
Okay, and you do 9 points to the next guy, and you have no soak. I mean, no pierce. So as
No
you
pierce,
do
okay,
that, you cut him, what should have been a totally lethal cut across his midsection. Should have spilled his guts all over the alleyway. Instead, you just see the front of his robes fall to the ground, and a massive crater going through his guts. And it's just showing that under the skin that's just flapping, that there's extensive cybernetics in his midsection. Now, don't get me wrong, he looks like a stiff breeze can finish him off. But he is still, I mean, would you want to call it living or would you call it functioning?
Standing.
I call it standing.
Yeah.
For now.
As they're, you see them thinking the needle bow or the guy with the swords who just terminated one of them. And they're debating a little threat assessment here of who is the deadlier target. You can
Who's in their
practically
face?
sense there's that Terminator target acquisition thing going on. So who's going next?
Chris, Scott, or me?
Okay. What I would like to try to do is so my enviro suit. Can I science the sound output to put a frequency that what I'm trying to do is disrupt their brainwave
signal?
sending out a sending a frequency to disrupt their
Unfortunately, your
frequency.
suit's not powerful enough to do that,
Yet.
and would most likely damage your suit beyond, communications repair, which would suck.
Oh well, then
Yeah,
I'm not going to do
it
that.
basically doesn't have the power to do that. I mean, you can always mechanics the shit out of that later, but as
Add
the
some
suit
stuff,
is,
yeah.
it doesn't have that feature.
That's fair.
Nice thought, though.
Then I'm going to think for him, and someone else can go.
Seems like Scott is still busy with something, so I will go ahead and go.
As Percy is woozily getting back to his feet.
Yep. I will draw, and
Oh, don't be drawing. You're supposed to be attacking.
all right.
I'm
gonna
drawing
shoot
a
the same
mugshot.
guys. Yep.
So you're gonna shoot these guys with the ally adjacent?
Yeah.
I say, trust your senses.
And you are at short range, or is it just outside short range?
I was at 14, and so since short range is only 6, but medium range is 14, I am still at medium range technically.
Well, medium's what? 15, right?
No,
For
medium
14.
is 7 to 14.
Yeah.
Short is 2 to 6.
Okay, so I've got your difficulty for shooting, because I'm assuming you consider him an ally.
Yeah, I guess. For now.
Aww.
Sort of.
Can you get the upgrade too?
Yep, I got the upgrade in there, so it's 3 purple.
Ooh.
Damn. Okay, so the damage. I'm assuming the first damage will go to the first guy, right?
Yeah.
As you totally shoot, and the guy that's got the belly incision, you totally put a bolt through that belly, and what does it look like when he explodes?
So there's like a crater through his chest, but like there's still a spine. It's just like a a mechanical spine, and the beam just hits that, and it just lights up through his entire nervous system. He drops to the ground.
And the best part is a little extra beaminess goes flying down the alley, hits a vehicle.
Don't worry about
fireworks.
Thanks for the spare. Thanks for the spare.
And you have 2 advantage and a triumph to spend.
So there's still one guy left in that grouping, isn't there?
There is still one guy left in that grouping.
Can I spend the combined 2 advantage and a triumph to take him down? Just
I'll
biofeedback.
I'll take him down for a triumph and still give you the 2 advantage.
Yeah, if they're minions, a triumph's all it takes.
Yeah, just biofeedback through the mind net. He's adjacent, and the signal just overflows and takes him down.
And in classic 80s cyberpunk style, you just see him kind of shake, and both his eyes just pop, and smoke comes out of them as he crashes to the ground.
He looks like one of the Martians from Mars Attacks.
Yeah. Oof, that just got really ugly real fast.
I'll burn one of the advantage to recover the 1 strain that I had from somewhere. at some point. And I'll toss the next. Actually, I'll give the next one of them to go a black.
Ooh.
Oh, James, my the strain shows up on my sheet and in the little bubble above the character guide, but it's not showing up on the bar.
Yeah, it doesn't update well.
Hmm.
If you reload roll
Yeah, you
20,
gotta
it'll
refresh.
reflect for you.
Yeah,
It's
it's super twitchy right now.
ever since they updated the GUI, there have been odd problems. This and the turn order being the most awful.
Awful is a good way to put it. Okay,
Okay,
so
got it.
they have a black dice. And one of you guys get to go before the surviving two mechanical minions do their job.
I think the only weapon that I have is a gun.
Well, luckily a gun will still shoot.
Yeah.
Let's see. Percy has got a shot pistol that's only good for short range, though. So you would have to, let's see, 6.
Yeah, it would be a double move.
Yeah, you would need to do a double move to get within range of your little pocket pistol.
Yeah, I don't think I want to run up there just to shoot somebody.
Not a thing Percy would do. Want to just coldly run up there and get somebody.
What?
So is there somebody else left to go?
Chris.
Yep.
Yeah, but all I have is a sword, a collapsible sword. I don't like to fight. I'm a thinker, not a fighter.
Well, you can think other things. You should have all sorts of sensors. These guys use a mine net that you might be able to track the signal for. There's.
Oh, that's a clever idea. I could.
It definitely wasn't their voice that came out of their mouths.
Yeah, they were
so
basically
someone might
like
be sending commands.
You definitely get the idea they were just soundboards for somebody else's words.
Then yes, can I? Let's see. What do I have to?
It's not always shoot hard and swing fast. Sometimes it's
no, I
break
know.
fast and,
And
think
remember,
hard.
this is an investigation-ish style adventure, so just taking out the mooks that are ambushing you in the alleyway, that's not the primary goal. This is just a happenstance of your investigation. And because a delicious despair came up at the perfect time.
I do like I want to try and find that signal then. What's feeding them? Where they're. Can I use my familiar for that? Do I need a?
Yeah, your familiar. You could use your familiar to help with that.
Yeah.
That's totally what it's there for. Is it floats there, and you're just like, hey, familiar, help me triangulate these coordinates.
Exactly. Get that.
And he should know generally what frequencies to look at because I did detect the frequencies earlier.
This is true.
So that thank you. That's a great idea. And what I want to do, find out who's behind it. More importantly, who's behind it is. Find the signal and track it back.
So since I did take this exact moment to step away and get myself beverage, go ahead and make sure you add the blue dice for your familiar and the blue dice since you were given the exact frequency for it.
Okay. Oh, so I go up
on the top of your character sheet. Yeah.
Under dice pool. Blue dice, that one. 1, 2.
And then make sure you click out of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We've all learned that one. If you don't click outside the box, it doesn't count your numbers.
Okay. And then what skill do I use?
It's going to be
just roll the dice pool? Computers.
Yep. Something I believe you're good at.
I am good at it, and I believe my familiar makes me even better.
I think he gives you Bluetooth, doesn't it?
1 blue, yeah. Was that
Yep.
one of the ones I added, or?
Yeah, that's why you got
Okay.
2 blue.
Okay. So skills is there. Computers. Thank you. And
And
Whoa.
survey. Jesus.
Oh,
By
that's a
the
lot of
by
threat,
the
though.
sons of my
Yeah.
sock, you have confirmed that yes, with damn.
Yeah,
With
but
your
I'm worried about the other 3.
Yeah.
massive
Mhm.
Listen, the threats don't matter when you have that many successes.
It sure can.
with the massive amount of 7 successes, you do in fact pinpoint that these basically MindNet slaves are being currently used as puppets. Somebody's using a very, very strong signal to basically ride roughshod through their bodies. And
So
you do know for a fact that the signal is actually coming from outside the city.
Inside the city.
It's outside the city.
So
According to your quick keystroke checks and your little familiar beeping back some information, it is emanating from the dark side of Hrul's truth. So it's on the very frigid side of the planet.
oh yay, cold.
Gonna
Oh, I've got my suit. I'm fine.
say, you're a water dweller. Cold talk probably doesn't bother you much.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Anyway,
Mhm.
so the good news is they're not willing participants.
Well,
Unless
they may have
they-
joined the cause. It's just that somebody's not leaving it to minions and they're watching through their eyes and controlling their actions directly.
Yeah. I mean,
Super
they're not
creepy stuff.
themselves, so.
The Hyrule
lights
know
are on, but
too much
nobody's home.
about their technology because their technology back in the Empire's era was completely fucking illegal because the technology is scary shit. You've heard rumors in the Keleres that the L1 have a habit of putting these spikes in people's heads and can totally use you as a surveillance thing. It's an actual horrific thing. Because the worst part is they don't let you realize you have a spike in the back of your head.
Who's on the dark side again?
The origin of this signal.
Yeah, whoever's controlling this.
No. But what population has typically been operating or living there?
That is our favorite population of the nice little dark elves. You know, they stick to the dark side of the planet.
The Letnev. Okay.
Yep. So your
Maybe my
Letnev
people will help us.
Your Letnev bodyguard's gonna totally be like, "Hey guys, it's just the dark side of the world. Don't be afraid of the dark. These blades come out of the dark."
But
It'll be
that's
fine,
where
I
yours is.
promise.
Good to know.
Yeah. Unless they're in cahoots.
Oh, that never happens.
It's mostly unlikely to happen.
Mostly unlikely.
Mostly unlikely.
Mostly.
As all of a sudden there's this quick triangle of motion from these 2 surviving cyborgs, for lack of a better word, now that you know that they're not exactly flesh and blood, as they're totally doing threat assessments.
They're like, oh shit.
The 3 weapons and the fact that things are not going well at all right now.
Sure they are.
As all of a sudden that needle bow is less of a threat.
I'm okay with that.
Oh, speaking of which, no, never mind.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I want to move away.
Did you have
from
any
a
other
target.
actions? Away.
from the target. Kind of hide against the
Wow.
wall while I'm doing my
You look at
calculation.
Percy's lump in his pocket and you're just like, I'm going to stand over here.
Coward.
Wow.
Scientist, thank you
Zealot.
very much.
as they're totally going to opt for the guy that did some really crazy fancy beam pistol shooting
Ka-chow.
and totally aim both of their weapons at the same time and discharge these integrated weapons in their hand at Harag.
I don't appreciate that.
Do you have any ranged defense, by the way?
No. Do I look like the kind
Sounds
that
a
has
little-
ranged defense? I expected them to shoot at the guy that has swords right next to them.
Yeah,
well, it's
but
not
see,
right next to him.
the sword only took one guy out and wounded another. You killed, one guy and then you killed a second guy by some kind of cool proxy thing. So your kill count is better than his kill count.
Rude.
It's a badge of honor. Think of it that way.
Don't worry about it. You got this. You're all right.
Whoever programmed this AI needs to be shot.
Even you.
Ha!
Damn, and that was before my little black dice that I'm missing.
Mm-hmm.
So 3 advantages. Wow.
What can I say? I'm lucky.
Yeah.
They totally look at each other for a second, obviously exchanging some information. And one of them, I'm totally going to do a quick copy paste, is they're splitting up.
They're performing mitosis.
Right?
One of them is going to use those 3 advantages for a free maneuver.
This is getting out of hand. Now there are 2 of them.
They're
And
just
running
standing close
away.
together.
since they
Well-
still have their maneuver, he's going to also take the maneuver.
Oh my gosh.
And this one's going to stand his ground. He's the decoy.
See,
Or I
that's
mean-
a coward.
Just because
And-
he ran further.
and he sends off a little burst transmission, which of course, our friend is totally saying, I know where that transmission's going.
From the
I like how somebody's measuring out the distance there. And
Oh, yeah.
Scott, are you back with us, or is Percy still staggered?
I'm still here.
Okay, so
I'm
is
back
there
here.
anything Percy would like to do?
So we firmly established that this is the L1 guys, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
you have no doubt that these are L1 agents.
Okay, and
total.
we're
electronic.
pretty sure where the L1 agents are, correct?
I don't
But
know.
we
if
know
you're-
where the
you're-
signal is
you-
being
Well,
broadcast from.
we know where the signal is being broadcast from.
Yes, the basic region area. Yes.
Did you
Okay.
make sure to share that with the group, by the way? Did
Of course.
Rublar say, I've got the origin source of the signal?
Yeah.
Yes.
We don't know what's there, but we know the area. Yes.
They're being controlled by the dark side.
Just leave it as the dark side.
And we only have one left standing in front of us.
One left
Right.
standing in front of you guys, waving his weapons arm.
The other
Between the
ran.
3 of you, he's doing this very, very interesting little trio of motions where he's just moving it between the 3 of you like that's going to stop you.
I'll
Okay.
take care of the runner.
His hand is following his eye as his targeting reticle.
I think that one of the shooters that are going to shoot before he goes is going to get them. I'm going to look around and see if there are either any others of them or if there's anybody who is scouting and then like going away to report to somebody.
Ooh.
That's the one that just ran off. Yeah.
No.
Other
He's
than
looking for other.
Other.
Okay, so you going with vigilance or perception? Could be either way.
I forget which one's better.
Your vigilance is 1 green, So I'm assuming
Ugh.
perception. Perception is 2 green.
Perception.
Okay. So you roll your perception and you get 2 failures and 1 little advantage. So nothing stands out as threatening in this alleyway. You know, you don't see any open, exaggerated surveillance. You don't see anybody lurking in the girders because there is lots of hiding spots here. You know, because this
Right.
is a city built by smashed spaceships. So there's lots of girders and anchor spots where you can hide in the shadows, but you seem to see nothing that pins out at the moment.
Okay.
I mean, perhaps you would have found a better way to ambush you guys than what these guys did, but they seem to be, you know, slightly amateurish at this.
Okay. Am I down stun?
You are down some strain, so you can use that advantage
Strain?
for strain if you'd like.
Sure.
Okay. -1. Okay, so you're down to 3 strain, which is not bad at all.
Right.
That's just a brisk walk. Okay, so top of the order, your police officer is 1 bit closer, and she will, by the way, run her ass off after the blaster fire and the things happened. So she is really close to that spot now. She is running at full speed.
Okay. I got the runner.
Okay, top of the order, it's your guys' turn.
I can go if y'all
ahead.
want. All right. Yeah, I'm just gonna like follow along, chase him
Fetch.
down, and so that's a double move. Okay. Yep. And then I'll be attacking again.
And are you dual wielding or just 1 blade?
Dual wielding.
And going for a story point. Okay, I've got your 3 purple in there. As you are just
All right.
sucking up the strain there. Don't forget to put your strain in.
Yeah, I'm trying to find that. There we go.
He's like, I missed the party. Now I'm running my ass off everywhere.
I gotta make up for lost time. All right, y'all set there.
Yep. Damn.
Oh.
Oof.
Well,
4
at least it's 11
successes and
damage.
4 failures. Or 4 threats.
Yeah, that's bad. Well, that would be 11 damage.
So what does it look like when you take this guy down? Because there's no ifs, ands, or buts. With your 11 points, that's past the magic number. What does it look like when you
Well,
put this guy down?
Fits its
well,
waist. The feet keep running while the body drops.
That would make sense with the cybernetics.
yeah, pretty much. Just, chasing him down, he has that moment where he thinks he got away, and then suddenly, like, out from the front goes, put it through him. But, yeah. Oh, hi, guys.
As you just spear through the guy, and you're just like, "Waha! Victory!" And then you look up, and you see another clutch of the same-looking monks, and they seem to like be looking casual until all of a sudden you and this guy run around the corner and you gut him, and his body's hitting the floor, and you realize, oh shit!
Yeah.
Apparently, there's reinforcements.
All right, so I'll shout back to the group. We got 5 more.
He's all, yikes.
Yeah. And they'll take that extra threat for blue dice whenever they do something. They don't have weapons out. They totally had their hands in their sleeves in the front like monks, just walking around saying the holy scripture words,
So,
Apparently,
so
there were reinforcements there, and we just all didn't know about it.
Oh, dang it.
Zoinks.
So if I had movement left over, I don't get to use that.
You don't get the extra.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right.
On the plus side, you're out there all by yourself.
You guys can't even
Nice.
see him. You just hear him yell that there's more. And she, by the way, totally yells at you of, "What are you doing?" As she just saw you come around and gut the monk. I mean, she saw a blaster fire exchanging. She doesn't realize they're cyborgs.
That's basically what I'll just like throw a glance back at her and say that it's these Borgs. What's the common term for them again?
Technically, there is no common term for them. The L1X.
They're kind of new.
Yeah, these are one of the horror nightmares that the galaxy's finding out about the L1. That they do this shit. They were only allowed back into the the Twilight Imperium because they pretended we'll be nice and there's bigger shit threats out there right now. But this kind of thing is the stuff of fucking nightmares.
All right, so I'll just shout the short version of that over my shoulder at her.
And she, remember, this is
living.
This is the redneck part of space. They're like, the what?
Yeah. Evil killer mind controlled cyborgs. Help us out here, would you?
Evil killer clowns
from outer space. So is there some yelling, and you guys totally see her turn and look towards him, and she's just like, "What are you doing?" And she totally pulls her weapon out, which is why she didn't get closer, because she does not have quick draw. Who's going next?
I think I could go ahead and take out this guy.
Let me take him out. That way you can move further.
Okay.
Oh, I love how there's the cockiness here. As the avian,
well, I can at least.
I need to do this.
I mean, if I could take him out, then he can move that much further to figure out what the yelling and screaming was. Oh, look at that! He flips the dice already.
Wow, he's scared of you.
You did.
I know.
Move, I mean, so are we talking short or medium here? We're talking short range.
I think it was medium. I think I'm one out. I can only move 6. Let me look here.
No, I think you're actually there.
Oh, no,
just got
I
into
am.
It. Yeah.
Sweet.
You just made it to the sweet spot.
Perfect.
Okay, as you whip out another arrow and get ready to zip it his direction.
Yeah, was he injured yet?
Nope, he is unscathed.
And I'll save that for later. All right.
I've
ready?
got an uber arrow. I don't want to waste it. Oh,
damn.
Jeebus. So you got
nice.
1 success, 4 advantage, and a triumph. Yeah. So I can tell you truly that your 2 points of unsoakable damage do nothing to the guy. He basically takes a scratch from the little zip of your arrow. Unless you would like to spend some of those advantage to crit, which would kill him. I will totally tell you that.
Okay. Yeah. We would
And
do
you
that.
crit on 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which means if you spent the triumph to do it, you could technically crit plus 40 with that.
But I can totally tell you on a meta level, critting on a minion will just kill him for you.
Yeah, no. Yeah, we'll use the 3 advantage for that.
The 3? You mean the 1?
You only need 1.
Oh, I mean 1. Yeah, that's right. Well,
you're used to Star Wars.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll use my 1 advantage to crit.
As you come running up, you go swing at the arrow, and it zips through him, and he's dead before he even knows it. Totally looks down, and it's like 2 points of damage. I can take that. And you see a hole clearly going through him with the arrow sticking out of the ground. Because it basically went right through him and embedded itself in the ground as he slowly sparks and falls to the ground deactivated.
All right.
And you still have 3 advantage and a triumph to spend.
Yeah.
You need to dole out some free maneuvers.
Yeah, that's possible.
I like how somebody's saying, "Please let me retreat."
Right.
But
I would definitely get harangue there. a free maneuver,
Okay.
so he can.
Give Karag a free maneuver. He'll gladly take that since he hasn't taken any maneuvers yet. Okay, so what for the triumph?
Yeah. I know somebody else was hoping for that free maneuver, but
He forgets he double moved, so he can't.
Yeah,
take
you know,
it,
just.
so.
But
Oh, he
I
did
can't
all-
use. I can't use it
yeah,
anyway.
you can't actually
was.
use it. Yeah.
I was thinking of reinforcements.
So with the triumph, I will use that to have her realize that something's amiss with these guys.
Okay, she
and
totally won't make
recognizes that
much
there's
confusion.
mechanics.
Ooh, I like that. And she immediately, like, she looks down the alleyway, sees your shot and sparking hole, and she immediately, it's like, kind of stops her full run and unholsters her weapon and totally points it in their direction. You've got some backup down over there. Totally have a officer of the law with her weapon pointed in your general direction. I mean, the guys in the front of your general direction. And she barks out the orders of on the ground now. She looks fierce. She looks certain.
He looks
Sexy.
hot.
Sexy.
Percy's
yeah.
like, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Percy's all about that.
Okay, so who is going next? I mean, thank God for the extra threat because those guys died pretty fast.
I mean, I guess I may as well. May as well move my way up. Not that I can get very far, but
Yeah, get you
You
closer.
just continued that momentum from the free maneuver. I mean, do you want to yell at the
I mean-
officer?
I mean, if I'm continuing the momentum from the free maneuver, then I'm going to go ahead and take the 2 extra little spots that I get to move.
Go for it. So you can totally yell at her something. I mean, if you want.
I really don't think of anything that I should be shouting right now.
Okay. Alrighty. So who's going next? This is a weird initiative order. It was great for turning the ambush around. Not so great for this point, trying to get around the corner.
Well, it's the cat or the fish.
Yep. Well, no, there's it's the cat or the fish.
So I would like to start recording I would like to start recording signals for data to later try and translate and possibly imitate in the future.
Imitate.
I mean, not now, but save it to study and translate and eventually imitate.
Okay, go ahead and give me your computer's roll.
Okay. Do I keep the 2 blue, or should I?
You want to have just 1 blue at the moment.
Okay.
Because you've
Excellent.
definitely identified the signal, but now you're looking to hack the mind net from a certain point of view. That's going to be huge and incredibly difficult, as the Keleres will totally tell you.
Fair enough.
We would love to use it, but it's absolutely
huge stretch of
terrifying.
land. Oh, did you
I
roll?
am a super genius, or maybe just full of myself.
And you were so quick that I'm going to give you back that story point because you rolled before I
was going to say thank you, please. Yes.
You have 1 success as you're recording the signals that are coming out of their dying skulls, basically. Doesn't it suck that the human brain or alien brain lives a few seconds after death?
Only a few, yeah. I guess it's better than nothing, right?
Yep.
Yeah, well, it was a success.
Hey, yeah, success is all that matters.
Are you gonna hang back in the back there where something might creep up behind you?
It's a giant spider robot crawling down from the girders.
I will. I can. You know what? I am going to protect Percy because he's got what they want.
Ooh, good way of explaining the actions. I like that. Spoken like a Hyrule rules lawyer.
Exactly.
I had that class at the university. So for their maneuver, they're totally gonna lift their hands up, and this horrible firing squad trio of all 5 of them lifting their hands up and their palms open up,
Boy.
and they point their
Oh,
guns at
jeez.
our Letnev friend who's sitting there all badass with his swords, and the body he just stabbed just hit the ground, and he's got cool badass warrior pose. The
Oh, crap.
officer totally has her gun out and she's ready to back you up, which she will totally
She's
do
got
in
your
a
back.
second. So does our favorite bodyguard have ranged defense?
No. Which group is shooting at me first, the 3 or the 2?
The 3 will shoot first. We'll go with bigger than smaller. Oh, look at that. I love that. That's great. See, I'm a jerk. I would have played the numbers on the smaller one or both, because there's always that option.
Well,
Well, first
can.
things first.
So the
Right.
trio aims, well, they don't aim, but they pull their hands up and aim them in your general direction in a very vague aiminess, and fire is a collective of 3 shots. A single bolt glazes your leg out of the 3 blasts that all shoot out and go ping, 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 ping around you, but a single bolt hits your upper leg for 8 points of damage.
Ow. Jerk.
And I totally forgot to roll that blue die. I'll use it for the next 2.
Don't worry, I'll patch you up once the shooting dice down.
That's all right. You got this.
And now the duo is going to go after you. And they're going to totally use that blue dice that we forgot. And in fact, they're going to use the correct dice pool because the other guys were missing a die.
They were?
Yep.
Aw.
Because there's 3
That's
of them,
what I
they
thought,
should have
yeah.
had 2 yellows.
Oh. Gotcha.
Yep. Unfortunately, their character sheets I had set to 2 minions, not 3 minions. I didn't expect to run into another trio. And here goes the duo. As I'm totally pausing to see if I need to upgrade that difficulty. Apparently.
All right. Since you
That was-
paused.
Oh, okay.
Since
You
you
rat
paused.
bastard.
I was gonna
Because-
let it go, but you were waiting for it, so I was like, okay,
and
gotta
the
give
thing
what,
is,
gotta
you
give
waited,
what you're looking for.
you waited for me to remove the upgrade on the dice pool before you clicked it, you bastard.
Gotta make you work for it.
Yep. And pow. Wait, what's going on
That's
here?
it.
Well, you could just give me the flip back, I guess.
Yep, I'll give you the flip back. As they miss you as well. Huh. For those 2 advantages, we're going to give Officer Friendly over here a black dice because she's going to totally shoot at them in any second right now. As they shoot you with the swords for terminating one of their brethren and kind of intimidatingly point their weapons in her direction. Just setting things straight. That's all. And what's Percy gonna do?
Do I have communications as well?
Let me check your character sheet. Item inventory. You have a fire sphere, a spacer's trunk, a mecha familiar. I do not see any comms or communications gear.
Yeah, comm bead is the earpiece thing.
Yeah, the earbud. So it
Yeah.
does not look like you have any communications gear.
Can I have my mech guy analyze the L1s and see if there possibly isn't any mechanical things that we can use to spot them in the future?
They don't really have that ability. I mean, they're very basic. They're
No, no,
basically
no, no,
just
no.
there to help
Can
you
I?
run a.
No, no, no. Can I use my mechanics roll
Oh yeah,
in
you could.
addition
If you want to
with?
go put your elbows into them and pull out their parts, you could totally do that.
Okay, I can't just do it by looking or
No,
scanning
no.
with it.
Unfortunately, not because your familiar doesn't have scanning capabilities per se. It just
Oh,
gives
okay,
very basic. So you'd have to literally do an autopsy with mechanics, which you can totally do. Just remember, you are going to go elbows deep in a cyborg. Because right now, they're like a Terminator. They look flesh and blood, except for where they've been scored away. So you can't see the antenna on their skull or their communications devices, anything
right.
like that.
Okay, so this is kind of like away from something else, right?
What's
The
that?
ones that are up, the ones that are up are kind of like away from the ones we've already done, right?
Oh yeah, the ones that
Okay,
I
so
sent you a picture.
I
The
want to
other
go
ones
to
are
one of the ones. I want to go to one of the ones that we've already got down, and I
okay.
want to use my mechanics and the mechanics thing to make sure that it's going to stay dead.
Ooh, okay. Because terrifying cyborg. If you do a double move, you can get up there for 2
Okay,
strain. And give me, as I say, give me a mechanics check, but it is going to be hard with a black dice since you're basically just making sure dead means dead with these guys
right. And I get the blue for the
for your mech
um
familiar.
right. And I don't think I actually have any mechanic talents.
Let me double check for you.
I think they're all social.
Okay, good. And you do have the +1 blue in your skill already.
Yeah, but you're kind of general skilled, aren't you? I mean, with some of the other. I thought you had.
Okay. So you ready to roll?
Yep.
As he goes bounding down the alleyway to the first fallen one and starts immediately checking them out to see if they're going to get back up as killer cyborgs, which could totally be a
Right.
thing.
'Cause, I mean, we've never really
Yeah,
met
yeah,
Nope.
these guys.
these are great unknown. I mean, you would love to get one of these on the autopsy table, the two techie guys in the group, and just peel them apart and say, what the hell is this? Unfortunately, you did get two failures, so you're not sure. It looks like it's
Who's
down for
dead,
the
Jim?
count. You think it's down? I mean, it's the sparks are fading out to dimness and darkness, so that bodes well, I guess.
Okay. But I mean, like, the flesh isn't coming back. The
Yeah,
It's
there
not
seems to
like
be no
mechanics
recovering or recuperation
self-healing.
happening. It clearly seems to be deactivated. The ones that you had, the pile of bodies, I should say, that you're looking at, because there is 4 bodies there right in front of you that you're looking at, and you're like, yep, they're dead. My professional opinion says they're dead.
I'm not sure because they're weird, but I think they're still dead.
Dead, Jim.
As then Percy's bestie is totally gonna help your friend out and shoot them. They're at medium range. She's got a black dice. And conveniently, we have her security forces.
I'm sure she's a bad chick.
Those are cool guns that they've got.
Actually, just an anti-tank rifle.
Oh.
I mean, these are
Yes,
kind of
on the
cool
peaceful planet. Yes.
as she discharges her weapon and hits one clearly in the chest in this group, and it basically blasts the clothes off, and you clearly see that there is a mechanical under armor under the skin, but it's still coming. 7 points was not enough to do it when you don't have Pierce. Which tells you these guys, they don't seem to be insanely lethal, but they seem to be pretty damn tough. Because yes, the Borg Collective is a good example.
Right.
So top of the order, who's going first?
I'll go.
Come on, join the party.
I'm gonna whip around the corner and see these guys and fire off a shot.
And they totally do this like double flinch when you come around, realizing there's now 3 targets. Kind of reminds you of the guys down at the alley when they were deciding what was the big threat. And you're short range, aren't you?
I am. Do you want to know what else I am?
What's that?
Aiming and using a story point.
Ooh.
Look at you guys taking the strain. It's almost like you know the hotel is within walking distance. Okay, I've got your upgrade. I've got your blue against 1 purple. As I sense bad things are going to happen.
I hope so.
I was expecting much worse things to happen.
Yeah, that could have been so much worse.
Yeah.
So 3 successes and an advantage as the one that she
Three
wounded
success and a threat.
and a threat. Yeah. The
Yeah.
one she shot, you put a follow-up round right through it, which totally takes it down.
Yeah, 7 damage Pierce 2 will do something.
Yeah. As, she totally looks at you and says, I hereby give you permission to defend yourself in this situation. Legally, you may use lethal force.
Gee, thanks.
Thanks, that's reassuring.
It's
So
nice
glad
when,
you approve.
it's nice when the law officer says, yeah, take him down.
After the fact, but hey.
What are these things? Is just the voice you hear echoing as you you finish it off, and it drops to its knees and sparks, and car veers out of the direction that you guys are in because he's like, nope, whatever's going on down that street, I don't want none of that.
Windows up, windows up.
Yeah.
Kids, lock the door, lock the door. So who's going next?
Well, now that I have permission,
Well, that and you didn't upgrade his difficulty. I mean,
all right.
It's more that now that he has backup, he feels comfortable.
Well,
It's mostly that I
just-
wanted to go before he did, so I wouldn't be shooting into engaged.
Yep, so it doesn't jack up that dice pool.
appreciate that. All right, so I'll go after this pair.
The one right in front of you?
Yeah, and
And are you dual wielding?
dual wield.
Okay. Oh, look at that. Somebody was afraid of rolling 3 dice with one being red. As another backup group happens. Okay, so I've got your difficulty there set. As you come running forward to go ahead and just jack these guys up now that you've got some ranged protection coming.
Well, this time, since it was since I was close enough, I was actually able to approach them quite casually.
As he casually steps over the corpse in front of him.
Are you also casually aiming?
Hey,
Yeah.
why the heck not?
You're gonna risk that strain, huh? You do it.
Yeah,
Do it.
I'll do it.
Okay, I've got the blue dice in there for aiming.
Quit.
Use
All
the
right.
resources. Deplete the resources.
Oh,
Damn.
well, that's 10.
That's pretty good.
Not enough for.
And Harago, go ahead and take
Okay.
1 strain, by the way, for the threat.
I'll
yeah,
just
I already did that.
I'm gonna take 1 strain back. With
Okay,
that.
so as you stab forward at this guy for 10 points of damage, you put your sword through some vital cybernetic cluster, and it screams, kind of reaches for your blade, and slides off the blade onto the ground, smoking. But it managed to the other one managed to duck your other blade, thankfully. Lots of motion, lots
Okay.
of running. And what would you like for that one advantage? Just the strain?
I took a strain back, yeah.
Okay. All right. So who's going next? We've completely split the
Yes.
party. Somebody give me a despair. Something really cool could happen to the split party.
Oops. Oh, wait. That's where I'm at. Yeah, I'm gonna run up there. Let's see. That's 6. Oops. 12. So, all right.
You could go 14.
Yep, because 2 maneuvers is a medium.
Oh, 14. So 12, 13, 14. Not quite there. I'm coming.
That's what I was waiting for.
If your people hadn't evolved away from wings, you would have been there by now.
Right? Need some mechanical wings.
Let's see. You want me to ping right there? Come on, you know avian people would love jetpacks. I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah.
Your people have returned to the skies. Okay, so you taking an action as well, or just doing the double move, using your action as a movement?
I mean, I have nothing to do, so I'm just running up.
Okay. So who's going next?
Any other shooters?
They're unfortunately way down the alleyway and around the corner.
Yep.
No. I meant of us.
No, it's just you and me again.
It's just
Okay.
the
Wait,
charming
wait.
one and the
I want to
genius
go
one.
next. I want to look around, realize how far away the rest of the team is from me, and start booking back.
Booking back in the alley or back towards your teammates?
Back towards the group.
Okay, so you're basically going towards danger. Are you going to double move or just single move?
Just single move.
Okay, so single move, you won't be able to see what's happening outside the alley yet.
But you'll be near me. You'll be safe. Somebody else is going to be eaten, though. Don't bite the hook.
Yeah, did you take the body with you?
He apparently was dragging the body with him. He just didn't realize it.
Keeping samples. I like it.
Okay, so you do still have an action if you want to do something. I mean, you see the security officer who's awful officer friendly with you. She's within eye shot. She discharged her weapon once. I mean, you could totally give her some
He's just
sweet
purring.
nothings or
No. That's too much. We're in the middle of combat.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah. You're all by yourself back there, Revelars. Just don't bite any hooks or anything.
Our Hyro's all alone in the alley. He's
Hooks
busy
are bad.
looking at his computer, realizing, I've got your signal, bastard. You can't hide from me.
And then looks up, goes, yikes.
Where'd
Come
everybody
along.
go?
Wait a minute. Where'd everyone go? What? Is it my turn to? Oh nope, it's their turn.
Just about your turn. As you're like, what's going on outside the alley, guys? These guys are gonna have no problem all shooting the guy with the sword. Pretty much, they're just like, nope, you're ending us left and right. Sword guy's gotta go. Sword. Who comes to a fight with a sword?
So there's one left here and two left here next to him?
Yep, 1 and 2.
Okay.
As there's a message going to their manager saying, Manager, the guy came at us with a sword. How weird is that?
And another guy hit us with a bow.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, these guys haven't seen my bow yet.
So upgrading the difficulty since they're engaged with you. Engaged.
Yes,
So
yes.
first is going to be the single guy. We're going to have that guy shoot first. Let's make sure we mod his table. As he points in a beam at your face after you swung and killed his partner. And
Oh,
he's...
do they? Oh, okay, cool.
Do they what?
Oh, I just was wondering if, like, being engaged made it more difficult, and the answer was yes.
Yep. Engaged with ranged weapons is an extra purple for a pistol or 2 for a rifle.
Well, I am also engaged with their friends, too.
Yes, you are. You've noticed that.
Cool.
Yes, you
Yeah, I
are.
just...
When you
So
have
if they get,
swords,
like...
in their face is the best place to be.
Yes.
As the first
Or around the corner.
Damn.
drone shoots at you and misses as you duck underneath his arm, because big nice arm, it's really easy to duck underneath that guy. He's gonna totally have been setting you up to give his friends here a blue dice specifically on their roll.
Yay.
As
Damn,
his shot was really just a trick shot to get you to, put yourself in the sweet spot for them.
He meant to do that.
Yep, he totally meant to do that.
Damn, so
Alright.
hammered right now.
As the other pair aim and fire.
Oh.
And hits as you ducked out of
Nice.
the one guy's shot and you realize, oh shit, as they're both pointing their weapons right at your chest.
Oof.
As you're like,
Uh-oh.
clever girls. As you get hit for 10 before soak.
I got one left.
As obviously our bodyguard is proving he will take a shot for the team. As he is now taking how many shots now?
That's 2.
If I were you, I would stab them and then disengage.
Run away.
And you know what? They'll pass a blue to the next one of them to go. They're feeling cocky. The tide's turning here. The tide is turning for the collective. And you totally hear some weird binary noise coming out of them. They're obviously sending signals and information. Obviously, someone somewhere is getting full tactical readout about your team's capabilities and how cool you are with your blades and your partner is this blaster and how pretty competent this security officer is. If there's a bunch of hers, it's not worth attacking. Everything they're witnessing, someone's watching. And who's the last one to go? Our aquatic friend deep in the alley,
Yes.
feeling very lonely.
Yeah.
Under the sea.
I will be running and running and running and running. Hey guys, wait for me. Hey, I'm part of the team too. And,
Oh, shit.
Don't leave me behind.
yeah.
As
Like-
Officer Friendly's gonna shoot at these guys over here. Let's see, medium range. She's gonna aim. She feels
So
like
if I
one of
cut
the
off-
team.
So if I cut off one of their arms, can I shoot it?
Nope. You cut off the arm. You
Where's
deactivated
the
the power
trigger?
supply.
Where's the trigger on that thing?
And
It's
since she
the
considers
pinky finger, I'm pretty sure.
she considers your
Right.
swordsman an ally, so that's gonna increase her difficulty there because she doesn't want to shoot him.
That'd be best.
And she totally shoots little low and to the right because she didn't want to shoot you, and she misses the droids. But we'll totally give the next one of you guys a blue dice because she's like, "Go team! I'm part of the team."
You sure are.
Okay, top
And
of the order.
don't be besmirking droids. Droids are much better than these things.
Okay, so now that people are shooting in this general direction, I will go after this guy just with one blade.
Ooh,
Shank 'em and run.
I'm
a
gonna
shank
aim.
and bake.
Shank and make.
So I'll aim and use that, and got the blue.
I got the blue in there for you.
All right,
Oh,
and
wait, we don't roll
again
yet.
single
Yeah.
this time.
Yep. As you get Officer Friendly's blue too. Want to make sure you get
Oh,
got
nice.
that.
Sweet.
See, she was providing you cover fire, saying, "Fall back, fall back."
Yeah, I think I
She saw you
will.
just got blast the shit out of
Wow.
you. Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Well,
Wow.
so that was 8 damage.
8 damage on this guy who has not been hurt yet. Do you have Pierce? No, you do not have Pierce.
No, I don't.
But he sure has
But
a lot of advantage.
I've got 2 advantage.
Okay, so did you want to crit on him? Because your 8 points makes a gruesome wound on him, but doesn't finish him off unless you want to push that extra effort in there.
Yeah, I'll put two advantage into it.
Okay, so when you push that extra deep 2 advantage for the extra penetration, it totally sparks and falls down to the ground. This time you hit it somewhere where it's actually bleeding organic stuff instead of hydraulic fluid. It's nasty. And you still have 3 advantage. It's almost like
do.
you could use it for a free maneuver.
It's exactly like that. I don't want to get shot in the back, so yes, I will duck back around here.
Actually, you just don't want to get shot, period.
Yeah.
That's true.
Regardless of the direction.
Yeah, I
as,
don't want
as
anybody
our
shooting me.
bodyguard pops back into Percy and company's view as he comes around the corner, you see multiple blaster wounds on his chest.
Drakar's looking at him as he runs around the corner, feathers ruffle up like, what the fuck?
Wasn't going so. It's going better than it looks.
You go chasing one guy and you come back with multiple blaster wounds?
They multiplied.
And who's going next?
I'll go next.
I mean, you are in a very, very, very sweet spot right there.
I truly am. I'm in a truly wonderful spot to double aim.
Ooh, a double aim.
Yeah, I was expecting you to do that.
It was already in my dice pool, so I was just saving myself a click.
Yep.
I've got your 2 blue in there for a double aim as you're taking more strain. Oof, this fight is exhausting for you. You haven't been scratched, but you are winded.
Kablooey.
Nice.
I am so glad the dice didn't turn on you. So, 4, 5, 6, 7 points of damage. Okay. So
Pierce 2.
Ooh, 7 plus 2. So that's Pierce 2. I like that. That's a lot better.
It's just
damage.
riding right on the edge.
That's a lot better damage when you've got a soak of 4 and wounds of 6. As your shot clearly takes one out. Now, are you going to cash in 3 of those to take the other one out?
Or take strain back.
I think I'll go ahead and recover the strain.
Ooh.
Well, interesting.
Keep him in the fight.
You take a nice long shot down the barrel and just
straight into the cyborg's throat.
I like the cockiness there. You're just like, I got this.
I'm gonna call over, Trackard, get over here, you murder chicken.
It's like, come pick up my spare. Okay, so who is going next?
Yeah.
You come around the corner and are shocked with the image of multiple bodies of these monks everywhere. You're like one monk turned into a gaggle of monks.
Yeah. They're multiplying.
Obviously, this dude was going to do that Assassin's Creed thing where he jumps into a pile of monks and disappears.
All right, I'm gonna shoot.
Oh, and you're going for the upgrade, it looks like.
Yeah. What the hell?
Are you taking 2 strain to aim?
Nah, just the upgrade. Won't
Okay.
be greedy.
Okay, I've got 1 upgrade in there against 1 purple. How can you not obliterate this last cyborg?
Oh, wow.
Where was
That was
this
just
roll
mean.
earlier when you could have like
Oh, I know.
one-shotted entire swarms?
I know.
Oh. So I can clearly tell you
Absolutely incredible.
the 4 points of damage are not sufficient to destroy this guy.
So we'll take a crit with a 1. One
For
whole
1
advantage.
advantage, you will obliterate this guy. What does it look like when your arrow zips through him, ending his existence, or what's
It
left
just
of an
zips right
existence?
to zips through his head, taking sparks out behind it.
And then what do you have for your 3 advantage and a triumph?
Yeah, yeah.
No more reinforcements.
Hey,
Well,
you
yeah,
can totally say for your triumph, screen swipe. You guys are either at the police station, the security team station, or the hotel with one of these corpses on the table.
that sounds like a good plan.
Okay. So for that triumph, you guys clearly pick up one of the more intact bodies.
That would probably be the one that got shanked through its sternum.
In
And
all likelihood.
Communications. So the can we tell that the communications thing is in their head?
It's in there something.
not with just a cursory examination, because
Okay.
remember, someone's gonna have to like medical these things to peel off the fleshy bits, which I totally am sensing there's going to be a creepy green alien doing a creepy alien autopsy on the table in your
Yeah,
apartment.
Well, with the other 3 advantage, we get one that's got like all the major components
I will totally give you that.
intact.
Okay, so we screen swipe to you guys' room. Thankfully, there's a conference table in your room where you toss the body and peel its clothing away enough so that way you can give it a closer look.
Well, I think our super smart guy who also tracked down the signal is probably our best guy to do the autopsy.
Yeah, that's all you, man. It looks all the same to me.
On our way over, I'm going to tell the police officer more about the L1s to
The
catch
police
with some-
officer. That's so clinical.
Yeah.
Now it's
along with some
officer.
flirting.
Poor Scott. Remember, poor Scott is stuck in a hospital bed. Who knows who's overhearing his conversation?
Her name is Xenax.
As she gladly gives you a quick, more than friendly embrace and says she has to secure the site, but she'll come up to the room and she okays you guys taking off with the body, basically.
Nice.
Okay.
Ooh, as our bodyguard is.
Wait. We want to wait until at least some other police officers are there.
Okay, so Percy's gonna hang back and make sure she's not
there.
ambushed.
No, all of us.
Okay. So we get
she comes back with us, right? To see what we're showing her.
Once there's reinforcements, because she's gonna have to explain the situation.
Oh yeah.
And we're not going to leave her there so that some of those guys could come there before the reinforcements come.
Yeah, as part of the triumph, I'm giving you guys that the scene will be secured with no more problems. You guys make sure she's not left out in the lurch to be ambushed or anything like that. So that's a gimme, that she is safe until backup comes, as she tells you guys, if you're going to take one of the bodies, you need to take it before backup arrives. Because remember, her boss, you picked up, and you were told by the Heckens that he's strictly by the book. So if you're taking a corpse and you have no legal authority to that corpse, she's doing it as a favor for you guys.
Okay.
So she's just like, if you're gonna do that now. As to,
I'll thank her politely for the assist.
she just gives you this nod, and she seems really impressed by your group's teamwork. By the way, as you see this montage of flashbacks, as you have this corpse on the table that you're getting ready to do an autopsy on, or at least kind of check it out. I'm assuming. But
Yeah.
before you do that, let's take a quick break for restroom and hydration, since I ran out of fluids. I need fluids. Because I have a feeling I'm going to get asked lots of questions.
Excellent.
So I will go to the fluid repository and get some more fluids of a different sort.
If you got them. Oh, I mean,
How is this game for armor?
what's that?
How?
Armor is a little weak.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, armor's a little weak. Weapon damage though is typically lower. But there's a lot of pierce type functions with a lot of weapons. Not quite like the pierce on mine, but at the same time, where it's 6 pierce, it's only 1 damage, but 1 crit. That's pretty huge.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
Yep.
mine is 4 damage, but I have pierce too. Most things have pierce.
Yeah. Which basically makes armor almost null and
Useless.
void.
Or at the very least, if you're gonna get armor, get the kind of armor that gives you defense, not just soak.
Right. But it really doesn't matter what you got with my bow, so I mean 6 pierce, that's freaking crazy.
Well, defense still gives you additional blues.
No, it gives you a black on
Oh,
the
black.
roll.
Right. The opposite of blue.
Yeah. Which is, like I said, more effective of not getting hit versus soak not doing shit for you. Because I know, like, the armor, or currently, I'm not at my character sheet, but, I have a 3 soak, but, I mean, that's shit.
Yeah, I'm at 3 soak, but there's not much. I'll just grab the Twilight Imperium book, seeing as it's sitting 2 feet away from me.
Yeah. Now his poignards don't do pierce, so that's good.
Yeah, but they also have a higher base damage.
Oh yeah. Oh, they're way higher.
7 base damage.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very interesting between the different game settings where, so the Weird West one, equipment costs like nothing. Oh. So the money system there is like totally different.
Let's see. Yeah, so let's see. Shit, best bang for your buck is probably the personal force field in this game. 4 defense, 0 soak, 1,650 price, and a rarity of 8, so it's hard to come by and expensive, but 4 defense.
4 defense is huge.
Yeah.
I mean, because like I said, not getting hit is much better than having to worry about soaking.
Yeah. Honestly, I would take that over the Pericles suit, which is 2 defense, 2 soak, but is also 2,000 price and still 8 rarity.
Holy shit.
That said, the Pericles suit does have 3 hard points. Personal force field,
Nice.
no hard points, but also no encumbrance. So
Right.
yeah, the only things that otherwise, if we could find a way to get some covert armored skin, that's not bad. That's 2 defense. It's 650 credits, but it's restricted, so it's only for military.
Wow.
But I'd say the Keleres definitely counts.
Right.
Otherwise, the most expensive armor in the game is the Bulwark plate, which is 1 defense, 4 soak, 6 encumbrance, 2 hard points. Which is
Encumbrance?
yeah. Though to be fair, when you're wearing armor, you reduce its effective encumbrance by 3.
Yeah. It's when you're carrying it, just.
Yeah.
But still, that's still not. I mean, 4 soak.
I mean,
unless
4
you're
soak
really
is a good
brawny.
amount. I mean, 4
Well-
soak would take me up to 6 total soak.
Okay.
6
and
soak.
I still put all my damage through you, so.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly
But that's
one.
me.
Exactly one weapon in the entire game universe has that level of fucking pierce.
Right, right.
So it's like, listen, you got 6 soak, that's pretty good.
No, it is. But on average, everything's got 1 to 2 pierce, right? Or 1 to 3, so it's,
It mitigates
2/3
that
effective.
beautiful soak.
Yeah, so it's 2/3 effective on average.
Does everybody back?
I
Yeah.
believe so.
Yep.
Let's see. So it looks like beam weapons have pierce, except for the beam cannon, which has breach too. My God.
Breach
It
2.
shoots
Jesus.
through walls.
My God.
It's that
Yeah, it's pretty
proverbial
crazy
Barrett,
stuff.
that just takes out a wall and the guy behind the wall.
Then there's the graviton pulse cannon, which has a breach 3.
Oof.
It's like, nah, armor doesn't exist anymore.
In high-tech
Great-
worlds, weapons are usually infinitely more powerful than the ability to protect one's life.
Yep. Grazers have really high pierce. Grazer and Grazer rifle both have pierce 5. So
Oh,
that's
wow.
that's something.
Yeah, because think of them like in Dune when you actually get to see the laser beam that just cuts through people. Glazers are that fine piercing laser as opposed to a regular photon cannon.
Tell you what, Dave,
Frickin'.
I would take a Grazer rifle over your fucking bow any day. 4 base damage, crit 2, long range with 2 hard points and pierce 5.
Yeah, mine's quiet.
And his
This is long range.
cool bow
I
is
know.
flashy.
What's the encumbrance? What's the encumbrance on the?
The
Oh,
Grazer
yeah.
rifle. Grazer rifle is 4 encumbrance, so it's a rifle.
It's a huge fucking rifle.
I mean, it's the same as any of the other rifles.
Mine doesn't look as scary to people, so.
Yeah, until they get a look at the fucking arrows.
Sticking
Philly
out
just-
of them.
Yeah,
Billy just
yeah.
grabs a handful of arrows and drops them and just watch them go zip through the floor.
Yeah, that'll make your butthole pucker.
It's like that little
Wait,
animated
wait.
GIF.
What's bow and arrow? He's pointing a weird shaped staff at us. You can't see the bowstring.
Right. Yeah. When it goes through so smooth, you're just like, okay, I heard a twang. You're funny. What'd you do? Oh, wait. Why is shit pouring out of me?
It's so sharp you don't even feel the puncture.
Right. I mean, because it wouldn't be like any kind of knockdown power because it's just going zip.
I mean, on the plus side, if they had rigged up arrows, it would be really handy with that. I'm just saying, some kind of applied poison to your arrow and you're almost guaranteed to make contact.
Yeah, but how would you get the oil or the poison to stick?
Purchase a custom arrow with a channel into it, so that way the venom or whatever you use, gets left behind.
Yep.
I mean, let me see if I can find it. It's still funky. In one of the pre-gens that they made, they actually had uber arrows for this dude.
I know,
Dave.
but they don't have anything like that in the book.
Dave.
Yeah.
There's a melee weapon with breach 1.
Holy crap. What is it?
It's the Creus Astral Lance. It's plus 3 damage from melee. Crit is 4, so it's hard to crit on. 2 hard points. Yeah. Breach 1, unwieldy 3. Good God.
Mm-hmm.
And then a Shudder Blade has Pierce 2. Our Letnev friend might want to drop one of his swords and get a deflector buckler, though. God dang. Defensive 1 defensive 1 and deflection 2.
Yeah, that's pretty darn cool.
So that'll bring you up to a total of 2 defense for melee and range.
Yeah, I might just look into that. How much does that thing cost? I don't have the book now.
It's 250. Yeah.
Assuming at some point we get paid, we'll
right. He's like,
look into that.
He's like, the hell with these racial swords.
Much like much of his culture, he's tossing them aside.
Oh no, I'm keeping them. I just might want options.
It also has a hard point on it. That's something.
This is the stuff off of the one guy, right?
Yeah, that's the screenshot I sent you of the special arrows.
Yeah, but they don't have none of that shit. No, that shit's in the book. Now I don't even. Is that pinion knife even in the book?
I don't believe it's in the book.
Jeez.
It just means you'll have to have specialized merchants for that type of thing.
Oh, so Christopher, you said to do medicine. Medicine, I assume, is what that says.
Medicum.
I'll use the sealer first, though. That'll make the roll easier, I think.
Okay.
And so you guys are back at the hotel, and there's a corpse on the table, and he's just like, I need to plug some of these holes. And you spray your sealer, and how much does that heal you back?
It gives me 5, so I'm at 6, which is exactly 50%.
As your doctor's, of course, saying, can you bump that up to less than half, please?
I mean, I could use another one, but then I probably wouldn't really need the medicine.
Yeah, I would forego that and let the doc do some medicine.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
He's got a good dice pool.
The medicum allows your character to heal other characters' wounds or critical injuries without penalty, as well as their own, by increasing the difficulty by 1 instead of 2.
Nice.
If I generate 3 threat or despair, then it's emptied, but I can use that to...
So you pop out the first aid kit, and since he's only at half, it's an average roll. Let's see how much you heal him up. As you totally have a corpse to autopsy, but you have a breathing patient to take care of first.
Yep.
Family first.
So, I appreciate it.
No worries. Are you ready, Jim?
Yep, I'm ready.
Okay.
Hey, so 1 wound and 1 strain.
Hey, he's under half.
Yeah.
He's at less
Well,
than half.
I'm preoccupied because I got a more interesting job ahead of me.
All right,
offense.
you rushed it. I'm not interesting enough for you. Yeah.
He's working on the living guy, but he keeps eyeballing that cyborg. He's like, oh, this will be good. This will be good.
Just
He's
go
got a
play with the robots.
He's got a biomechanical patient to go play with.
Exactly.
It's like maybe I
Well,
can take some of
thanks.
these cybernetics and use them on you guys later.
Hey. I'll
I
take
mean,
a hand laser.
what? Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna find you that trigger.
running around with a letinib arm. Pew, pew, pew.
Okay, so as you know, you guys are all breaking out drinks and food and eating and recovering. Our Hyrule friend here is doing an autopsy, cutting through the cyborg.
That's it. Wait. I'm helping him.
You're gonna help him?
Yeah.
You have the mechanic skill. You can definitely give him a blue. As you two are
And my
working.
helper can also give him a blue.
Okay. So that's going to be 3 purple and a black for the alien uniqueness of the cybernetics,
Okay.
and
Well,
2 blue.
okay. And what am I?
It's going to be your medicine.
Okay. I would like to apply my vast intellect.
And what does that do?
Once per session, you may spend a story point as an incidental before your character makes a skill check to count their ranks in the skill being used as equal to their intellect, which is 4.
Oh.
So how many upgrades do you need to make your ranks 4?
Oh, let's see. It's rank 1 now, so 3.
So you need 3 upgrades. Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm assuming, as you are a Hyrule, that you're recording everything for your dissertation on these cyborgs, correct?
Absolutely, yes. And I put this story point in for that.
Very, very slick timing on that. I like that. Okay, so I have 4 upgrades and 2 blue dice versus 3 purple and a black. All of a sudden, I feel very inept.
Yeah, that's a hell of a skill or
It's
ability.
a great
Yeah.
racial ability because they're good at everything at least once.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and then I have another one that allows me to use my computer skill instead of for knowledge checks, but I don't need that one here. Okay, here we
pulls
go.
Well,
He
just
pulls
brag.
up NewTube to figure out how to do something.
Yeah.
I don't need that one. Gee.
Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
Well,
Still a lot of
lot of
dice.
no
busyness
triumph,
happening.
but
I was expecting at least 1 triumph and a handful of advantage. That came out
I
very
was
neutral.
Right.
hoping.
As there's this horrible montage of him autopsying this cyborg and sprawling out cybernetics with the
Parts
assistance
going
of his
everywhere.
friend, and there you can totally see he's got like nervous system sprawled out on this autopsy. And the main thing that definitely piques your interest is there's a small pencil-sized cylinder with a large 3-inch long needle that was obviously one of the first implants into this person, and you are definitely picking up a radio signal off of it. Basically, you know that this is the node that connects you to the mind net. I'm assuming.
Okay, so there's 2 things we want to try and figure out. One, is there a way to jam it? I mean, not right now, of course, but in general.
Yeah.
Yes.
One, is there a way to jam it? And 2, is there a way to track it?
Well, he was tracking.
Yep,
Yeah.
he was lucky and managed to pick up with a very, very lucky comm channel check. But there's not, generally it shifts frequencies, so there's not like a tried and true every time works kind of tracking.
Yeah.
But you do know looking at this piece of cybernetic gear, that it is capable to reuse these. And it is a
the
fairly
spike.
simple medical check to spike someone with this.
Yeah.
I mean,
Do we have any volunteers?
we're talking
Pass.
1 purple to implant this in someone's head, and then the needle does all the work.
Oh, that is
Horrific.
That's
Cool.
terrifying.
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. We're like,
Yeah,
that's
interesting.
terrifying. He's all like, interesting. Like, no.
Interesting.
Terrifying. Terrifying.
This is
Not
why the
interesting.
galaxy does not like the Jolnar.
And you do know that your species handiwork is familiar in this. Basically, it was not just the Empire's engineers that made this. It's the pinnacle of hybrid technology that's got a whole bunch of your people's tech in it. You almost feel a slight sense of pride in its horrificness.
See, look at this part here. Yeah, we did that.
Oh, yeah. You're bragging about that? All right, great.
Want to take credit?
I mean, obviously not for this specific use, but it's amazing technology. You have to admit.
I admit nothing, but I'll take your word for it.
And
So it's just
interestingly enough, with all those advantages, you realize that this thing can release basically space dopamine or induce actual emotional stimulation on command, which is very interesting of you. So there could be very subtle manipulations done without the host knowing it, such as if they do a good job, they immediately get a dopamine hit, which can totally be used to help brainwash someone quickly. If they do a bad job, you can cause anxiety that's not placeable, but just anxiety. As you're looking at this little spike, and yes, I'm totally playing with a screwdriver bit that's about the same size. And this thing could be used for managing people quite easily, very subtly.
You can, yeah, without even controlling, you can totally train an entire population.
great. Great. You
They
sound
have
so
these
excited about that.
subtle biological mechanical reinforcements for behaviors.
So, like,
And
what's
that's the most
the
insidious part.
so what's the flesh to like mechanical ratio of these things?
These drones basically have different amounts of cybernetics, but they basically are mostly under the skin cybernetic at this point. They've had most of their fleshy bits scooped out and replaced with mechanical bits, but made to look fleshy.
Right.
They all have dermal armor under their skin, so that's why these things were so damn tough. I mean,
Right.
they didn't seem like these aren't combat units. They're basically just drones for doing work. And you totally see that on their limbs they have interfaces that which you guys have some briefings of the L1Z that that their drones basically will pop into pods for operating vehicles and things. And these interfaces totally look exactly like that, so that one drone could work different positions and jobs. And of course, when our Hyrule friend is looking at this device that can basically pump skills into people if it wanted to, it's got that kind of bandwidth. There's nothing worse than pulling a matrix and saying, download weapon skills, please. It's a beautiful, amazing thing. Unfortunately, it's been used for bad things.
Right.
Is it possible? And I don't know if
Occasionally giggling. That's just so wrong.
is it possible to tell how much is outside control and how much free will there is?
With the host dead, not so much, but it did look like they are given, from what you're saying from the brain, it's still mostly the free will sections are intact. So the person could be allowed to go on autopilot, but more than anything else, they can be overridden if needed. I mean, you guys did hear some rumors that when the rogue AI took on the L1Z1X, that their their creator and engineer of the entire species, who basically turned himself into more machine than man because he lived way longer than he should have. Basically, he was a friend of the old emperor when he said, "Screw this, we're leaving because we know we're screwed." That he had to harness the computation abilities of every being in their collective to beat the AI. And with looking at this piece of technology, if this is just off the shelf shit from these guys, that is something they can do. Controlling a handful of, folks, nothing compared to controlling, hundreds of solar systems of planets.
Yeah, well, they're evil. Not quite up there with the wizards, but they're evil. Or
Evil,
sorcerers.
but also brilliant. You have to admit.
Yeah.
Mostly just evil.
And besides their belongings, the only thing they each had was the same robe of basically, it's a kind of common robe used by a lot of priest organizations across the galaxy. It's very generic, blends in, it's literally meant to help, cement their disguise. And you could technically rig the integrated beam weapon into some kind of weapon, but it does require a lot of power, which is the small power source that's in their torso. Which, sadly, you did notice the power source did wonk out when the life signs wonked out.
Oh.
Of
But
course.
you could easily rig it to be like a one-shot weapon if you wanted to. It's about, 2 feet long. Once taken out of the cybernetic hand housing, basically.
Okay, wait. How protected is that power source?
The power source is a weird energy source mixed with biosensors, and you do know from your role there that the power source can be turned off.
Okay, how easy would it be to detect that exotic power source?
It would be really difficult. It's not like it's pumping out nuclear reactor levels of power. There's
Okay,
many
on.
different power sources
I've got
across the
to put
galaxy.
you guys on hold.
Okay.
Oh my God, how do
Okay, goody. Hit his mute. I didn't have to mute him. Sounds like nurse time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we wanted to hear much of that.
Nope.
No.
No HIPAA
No, the real
violation.
thing isn't as fun.
And
Alright,
oddly
well-
enough, these guys have no communication comms, which you do know for a fact that in their skull, is their radio antenna, and their comm built in inside the ear basically was a communication pill that's surgically implanted that can be controlled externally by someone who has the override codes. So if you have the codes, you can override the drones.
Nice.
I mean, let's be honest. It's kind of impressive for your high roll friend here. If each of you had this, and he could remote control you guys, you know how combat effective he could make you all.
You all would. Yeah. This team would be amazing.
He would give you
Hey,
a
we
blue
already
dice
are
for
amazing.
every
Some of
action,
us.
just because he's giving you dopamine, and a black dice to every bad action, just because you're feeling really bad about it for some reason. And
Yeah,
you can't
don't
quite
think
place
so.
while you're feeling bad. And the fact
Yeah.
that you can instantaneously transmit, tactical data. Your bodyguard that ran out in the alleyway into the street could have instantly communicated with you guys all the forces he was under.
Right.
Just imagine how much more help I could be in a fight than I was in that last one.
Yeah. Just imagine how one of these arrows can
Well,
slide up your ass.
Jam it back in the back of your head.
Well, I mean, that seems a little extreme. We need somebody
Yeah.
of my intelligence to monitor and stabilize. And
Yeah, not gonna happen.
so does I mean, is it still receiving? Would it be possible to, again, hook it up? I still have hopes and dreams of analyzing the codes for control and being able to do something with that. So Is it still receiving, or does it?
It's basically when the host terminates, it turns off. So if you
Okay.
implant it in someone, you might be able to break into it, but currently just as an inanimate object, it's not basically logged into the net.
Fair enough. Anyone want to be a double agent?
No,
No.
shit ain't happening.
Okay.
Double
Just
agent,
don't
so you're
don't
not.
answer now. Sleep on it. Think about it.
Yeah, keep that thing
No.
far
Let
away.
me make you some tea so you can sleep deeply. Don't mind the scratch in the back of your neck.
Yeah, while you're at it, why don't you put all that fascinating information into a report for the local government here, so we can brief them.
Should also put together a report for the Keleres Council.
Well, of course. I mean that
I mean,
same report can.
I will.
go
I
to
will.
them, but
Yeah.
No, I don't think we go with same report. I think we very much do not do the same report for the two institutions.
Oh, I think we can do the same report because I mean, I'm not going to put all the information in either one of them. I mean, I think I can manage to make reports that will be adequate for all purposes.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Hooray.
welcome back.
I'm just saying, I think it's a bad idea to feed the same information to the planetary government as we do to the Keleres.
Well, they don't need the in-depth of detail, but they need to know what's happening.
Basically, just make it sound really dangerous.
And all
but
these,
Well,
and all of these were the
we can
Wenu.
describe the spike stuff and how easy it is to infect somebody.
Yeah, well, that's the biggest thing. They need to understand that they're infecting and taking people over, and they need to understand that spike. And all of these were Wenu.
okay.
None of them were any other race.
Yep, but they're all the same race. Does anyone have a little knowledge roll there that they'd like to make?
I've got some type of knowledge races thing.
I can do culture or society or something like that.
Someone different than our doc give me a knowledge roll is what I'm looking for. Basically, while you were busy working and fascinating, I'm looking to see if someone else wants to poke through their robes and see if they can place anything that they've heard in a report kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, I've already been doing
kind of what I was hoping to do. When I wanted to check what they had, and I've got society. Is that kind of what you had in mind for the knowledge check?
No, this is totally going to be a xenology or.
But they don't have xenology in this one.
Yeah.
Oh, mine is like culture or something like that.
Yeah, I think I have like some type of culture thing.
It'd be culture or society, lore, science.
Yeah, give me lore.
Okay,
I mean, I got 2
that.
green and I think blue.
I got 3 green.
Okay.
I mean, do you guys want to tag up and get a blue?
Yeah, let's do that. Since we were just heckling the surgeon over there, we can at least do something semi-useful.
Really, dude?
So,
Really?
Yeah. So which which skill am I using?
Lore.
You said lore. Okay, I don't know that. It'll look like science, but otherwise it'll just be.
It'd be the same number, but yeah.
In this case, yeah.
You totally look at the belongings and you're just like, generic monk robes. Nothing at the moment seems to stick out.
Nothing to see here.
Basically, it's an obscure piece of knowledge that only folks that are really close to the L1Z1X might know, or folks that were close.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, was my skill higher or lower than his?
Well, you were still assisting with the dissection.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay. So don't find anything out that way.
Yeah. So, unfortunately,
It's super
my
obscure knowledge, so
yeah.
as you,
Unfortunately, my knowledge isn't as extensive on these as I am with the gene sorcerers. So
as you need to keep reminding the group this is the real threat. This is just a nuisance.
yeah, these
And-
are a nuisance. The hot gene sorcerers, that's the real threat out there.
Agreed.
A
But
handful of
still,
Keleres and a
gotta
security
deal with
officer took
these guys.
this down. This is no problem. A
Yeah,
single
just
gene
saying.
sorcerer could conquer a planet with a wave of its hand.
Just saying.
Scott, did you have further questions about the power source and slasher pistol?
No, once he told me it
I have a
wouldn't be
question
easy
for
to
our
crack
good
or hack,
doctor.
I'm okay.
Okay.
I had a question for our resident surgeon here.
Yes.
So this thing, they go in and it controls them. Like, would it theoretically be possible to remove it but still preserve the life of the person it's implanted into? As in, is there a way you can, like, quote unquote, cure them of this by removing it surgically?
That's a
I
good
never thought to
question.
ask that question.
That's why I thought to ask.
Which is slightly terrifying when he says it just like that. I've never thought of that.
So basically, is there a way to come back from this?
And basically, the good doctor will tell you that yes, it would be hard to remove, but it could be the neural shunt is what it's referred to as, could be removed. It would be hard. It would require someone with skill, basically 3 purple, but is totally a thing that could be done.
And it wouldn't cause any, like, they'd be back to normal after that? Or as normal as they ever were?
Well, it would be highly traumatizing and depends on the skill roll.
Yeah.
They should be fine. Neurons knit.
Mostly fine. Kind of like, mostly dead.
Mostly.
So here's another question. Is so can this thing like reanimate dead flesh there, Dr. Frankenstein?
To which no,
Frankenfish.
this is purely a cybernetic device meant to enhance cyborgs or organics. It is
just wanna make sure.
distinctly noticeable that is not like AI or able to animate corpses. It's almost like they've personally made a point to avoid that kind of stuff.
Although with the power source, you could easily modify it to get a internal defibrillator. Might
It's
be
a
able to
fine line you're walking.
Let me just make some notes here.
Yeah.
Now, if I only had an example of those nanites, I could maybe marry them together and make something even better.
Eventually.
Great.
His Hyrule name really translates to Mangala.
Yeah. Like I said, it's Dr. Frankenstein now.
I mean,
Frankenfish.
there is a reason that his species has committed many atrocities across the Empire because, they're too busy asking the question of what if and not asking if we should.
I mean, that's a silly question. That just holds you back.
I mean, the Hyrule technicians that the L1Z1X took with them are the only reason they came up with the mine net, and they survived on the planet they ended up on.
Great.
Because they decided in a monumental event to basically port every man, woman, and child in their society. And conveniently, everyone worked as one.
Oh, yeah.
It's the best way.
Very efficient, yeah, I'm sure.
Every efficiency officer would love that. No labor disputes because everybody feels dopamine at the end of the day, regardless of if it was a good day or a bad day.
Job well done.
The more he keeps praising this, like the darker my face is getting, like more and more and more ticked off.
The mere fact that your character comes from basically a pirate-free society who had to get their freedom, and the fact that you're being told that there's a device that can be shunted into a skull socket and basically take all of your free will without you even knowing it. You know, it's the worst part. It makes you think you have free will, but you really don't.
Yeah, this kind of stuff is really
the
a
stuff
hot
of
button
nightmares.
issue.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
Well,
think
and
yeah,
about
but
it.
even philosophically, even if you don't have one of those spikes in your head, do you really have free will?
Ooh.
and where's your assistant, Igor?
Yes, my master. The power core is trash.
So see, the question of free will really is not important because you don't know anyway, right?
Right.
That's a terrible justification.
All right. So
So
we
this was a
we appear to at least know they're only Wenu at this point
Hmm.
on the
although this
planet.
would work with any biochemistry. It
Yeah,
doesn't have to
the neural
specifically be
spike
Winu.
could work on any
No,
species.
but our experience so far on the planet is that they've been Wenu. And they all appear to be of the whatchamacallit group, the custodians, or can we tell
Uh,
that?
They're the same species as the custodians, but their clothes and looks and features are different. So culturally speaking, they're not the custodians, but originally, like we're talking hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years ago, well, actually it's like 2 or 3 thousand years ago, they were custodians that went with their masters.
Okay.
And this unique group, if someone had made that lore roll, I could totally info dump on you that group so you can keep an eye out. Because there is a small religion
All right.
spreading amongst the Winu. Because the
Great.
L1
Uh,
Z1X are the Empire. They're the last of the species, even though they are now totally a different species completely.
Great. So we basically need to
I
go to
have
the dark side now.
Your custodian would totally tell you that these abominations are not custodians, and the L1Z1X are not the Empire. They are a bastardized abomination of the Empire.
Okay.
So I have something I would like to do. Here I have the that trait where I can the talent where I can get a favor from. I selected Mentac Coalition, and
Okay.
pursuant to this conversation, I kind of want to just like see if I can get in touch with a Mentac Coalition, a fellow person, and then basically give them just like give them a heads up about this to spread throughout whatever network there may be here.
Conveniently, the Mentec harbor their own radio, pirate radio. Get it? Yuck, yuck, yuck. Pirate radio.
Yeah, yeah.
Pirates. As you
Uh,
totally pull up the communications channel and put in your private
And I'll
code.
do this after kind of like stepping out of the room to do so.
As you totally, go to privately send the signal because you're like, hey, this needs to be sent out on the wave. Everybody needs to know about this shit. This is spooky shit.
Yeah, so basically, as the favor, whoever I get in contact with, I want them to spread the news of this and be on the lookout.
Immediately, you get one of the communications hackers. Her handle is Thirst with a bunch of numbers and letters mixed together, and she's just like, "Is this for real?"
Oh yes,
And she's like,
it's very real.
I'm sending this out on a priority wave across the galaxy. Thanks for the info, brother.
Absolutely. Just, anybody you know that's here, tell them to keep an eye out for, I'll describe the robes. I'll describe what we can see from them, how basically anything I observed, and also some of what Fish Boy was saying. Just kind of give an idea of just how serious this is to spread it among our, our underground Mentec coalition.
I mean, think about it. If the L1Z1X showed up in your homeworld and jacked a couple thousand people, that could duplicate an army in no time.
So yeah, put the warning
yeah, actually,
out.
that's another question. How easy does it look like these spikes to create, and does it have any special materials?
It does have some very unique materials to fabricate, but once it's like pumped in a person, it's hard to detect. That's its whole point.
No. I meant manufacturing-wise.
Manufacturing, it requires an obscene amount of high technology to create these, and an obscene amount of material resources.
Okay, anything specifically rare?
Nothing that you can't find if you look really hard in the galaxy. There's no unobtainium
Okay, wait.
material.
My people are traders.
Ooh.
If a group starts looking for something in particular, we would know.
Okay. So, with the way most organizations operate now when they basically strip mine planets, any planet would have the materials in some quantity.
Okay, so nothing rare enough.
Yeah, nothing like the heart of a star required to make this type of deal. It just requires
Okay.
high levels of medical and mechanical technology fabrication.
No.
Something,
That's fine. I was just trying to look at another angle.
yeah, this is something that wouldn't be created here on this planet, but if you had access to, say, a L1Z1X battle cruiser, which probably has fabrication to make a small amount over a large period of time, that could be a thing. But it's not like they can pump out 10,000 of these in a day. It is very specific machinery. If you were to ever discover a factory that makes this, it would be a priority target to destroy, just saying. Or you totally get a bunch of angry nanobots to go do it for you, since they see the melding of machine and people as an abomination.
How in the hell is the ship typing?
Because on the drop down, if you select the ship, you can talk as the ship.
I know. It's just like I'm like
It's just
watching
funny.
somebody's typing. It's like, what the hell? Wait, I don't have the ship as an option. What the hell?
Also,
you should if you have access to.
Oh, there it is. Never mind. I missed it.
What's this?
So, does our medical and mechanical genius share about the dark side of the moon location?
oh, absolutely, yeah.
So after he finishes, enjoying the horrible autopsy on your table, which you probably won't want to eat off of ever again.
Daddy giggled through.
It was the giggle of discovery, the giggle of
Right.
this part
sure.
was genius.
I don't think
Dopamine
we're
of
getting the
discovery.
deposit back on this room.
As he clearly shares with you that there's the signal location is only about a 2-hour flight from the city. If you want to get to your ship and fly there, you could be at that location where the signal was coming from in 2 hours.
Yeah, we probably
Is it coming from some sort of like? Is there a place there? Is it coming from like a town or a city?
According to
Probably
all
Or is
the
it just
maps,
something that's kind of in the middle
it's
of nowhere?
just the Badlands. There's nothing on the dark side of the moon.
Okay.
Remember, the middle here, the green section, is the city. It's a giant city-state built in the sweet spot. And the fiery side, the more center you go to that, it is your ship would melt basically. And on the dark side, your ship could freeze. So
how far into it?
It's like a good 2/3 of the way to the deadliest part of the planet. I mean, you don't have anything on any of the planetary charts. They tell you that there's nothing there. Exploration teams have been there. There's no valuable minerals, no nutrients, no plant things.
Sorry.
No.
Mhm.
Password is password.
Yep.
Yep.
Ship has terrible cybersecurity.
And
Well, we
sold it
don't know
myself.
anything about that shit. None of us are smart like that.
Those are just the default administrator ID and password. No one bothered to change it.
We don't know any better. Backup what?
Hey, there's always that big list of passwords that every overseas IT team resets passwords to that every hacker knows because they own a copy of the book.
Right. Yep. So we definitely need to pass off information to the government before we go running off to the frickin' Letnev world.
The dark side of the world.
It'd be a lot like
No offense there, friend, but
I
we don't
can't say I
know.
fault you.
We don't know if they're in cahoots or not here on this planet. They may not know better.
I can't argue with that.
But the
I-
government needs to know that these these monk dudes need to start being rounded up and shit.
Yeah. Can you fabricate, is there something you guys could make that would be like a detector? So it's like a detector for these things. So if we came across somebody, we would know how to look for it without having to autopsy them.
I feel like if it
Don't-
was possible
don't you-
to create a generic detector for this kind of thing, the Keleres already would have.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Don't
we
you
would
guys?
need
Because
a
I'm no
live
help.
subject.
He's awful pokey with that thing.
No,
As
no,
he
no,
wa-
no, no.
As he
Oh,
waves the probe around,
Can
no,
someone
I was
find
we
a?
need a live
capturing,
subject.
isolating one of the ones. I was really thinking about one of the ones already infected. I wanted to save this
Right.
subject.
As you're waving the spike around, pointing at
Can
people.
can someone find a wine cork or a piece of cheese to put on that as a safety cover on the tip?
Not
Right?
cheese. I mean, that's not
Yeah,
sterile.
if you put it in the cheese, now you're gonna have sentient cheese that wants to kill us.
We have mood
Right?
cheese.
Murder
Killer
cheese.
cheese.
Mm,
But I imagine because it doesn't give out this one is inert, it's off. So in order to detect we know the communication
The one
frequencies.
frequency.
Yeah, the one
One of them.
frequency. But to build a detector, I would think I would need to have one in action. So if you could just scurry out and kidnap me a monk, I would be delighted.
Well, then
I
if we
bet
had
you
an active power source that we could learn the signature of the power source, but you said the power source is dead, so we would need a live one to scan the live power source signature.
the worst part is when he's
And
super
this
creepy
this
about
from
saying
a dumb bird.
dissection can only give us so much information. Vivisection, on the other hand,
I mean,
Yeah.
when you put it that way,
So
you're not wrong.
Oh, there was one other thing I did forget to mention. When I try to get the information distributed, they can get in contact with me if there's any sightings or anything, any news on that front.
Oh, you're gonna get a response from that. You're gonna
Okay.
get some info dump in a little while, probably at the most inconvenient time, or the best time, as the
Of
case may
course.
be.
I will go ahead and prepare reports for both the local government and for Keleres, and I'll organize my own notes as well.
Cool.
And if
While they're
you
off doing
want to
paperwork.
do a computer's check, you can see if the signals are anywhere in your vicinity. That's totally a thing if you want to do
Oh.
that.
Yes, I would. I was.
As there's a
Yeah.
small chunk of paranoia saying, I almost feel like they're surrounding the hotel at this very moment. And thankfully, the hotel has great communication systems, and you can use your clearance to activate, contact your ship and have your
Oh,
ship
nice.
sensors help you if you left that feature turned on your ship. Some people don't want to connect their internet, just saying.
But are there secure networks we can use on the planet to communicate outside?
Yes, but communications, if you were to call and say help, it would take 2 weeks for a ship to show up, and probably about 3 days for your communication to get out there.
Right. But I mean, we could from the planet. But there are ways for us to send secure messaging
Sure.
to different groups. Okay.
I mean, it's as secure as the person sending the coded message,
Sure.
Sure, everything is secure on the internet.
Yeah. Well,
So-
That's why we still use faxes.
So where is
Federal
this?
government.
Where is this spike thing?
In
From
the
the-
doctor's claw that he's waving around.
Yeah,
pointing
yeah.
at
It's in my hand.
as he talks. Well, it's in your claw because your
It's-
hands are inside your tank.
That's well.
He may just
In
put it
his
in the fish tank.
mechanical claw.
Yeah,
I'm-
I just want to watch if he puts that down at any point. I basically want to grab it and put it down the garbage disposal.
Right into the incinerator.
Pretty
I-
much. If that thing leaves his hand for so much as a second.
And
I
as
will
speaking, if it
take a
leaves his
copy
hand
of
for
that
a
report.
second, go ahead and give me your computer's check when you're checking for more signals of these drones.
Okay.
I'm gonna help him out with that.
Okay, so the add
I-
a blue.
Yeah, I think I can only add a blue.
So
Did
would that
he
be two
have to-
blues?
I've already got the
Oh.
blue in there, and you should
Okay.
have the blue already on your character sheet.
Yes. Okay. Thank you for the help and kapow.
You
There we go.
beautifully know that there are no more signals coming from the trade district or the sprawl at all. So you feel that the last clutch that you took out was the last one. But you do sense there are at that special location you've got on the dark side of the planet, you are picking up signals, at least 2 handfuls worth of signals. They kind of overlap and blend together because, of course, that's exactly what they're doing.
Right.
Each one amplifies the range of the others exponentially. So you know there's a hive of them at the location where that powerful signal was coming to take them over. And you
Okay.
have
So
free
I will
advantage.
relay that information. Three advantage.
Any idea we can get this planet to like nuke it from orbit?
Well, we don't know what's there
What?
yet. I mean, we can't just nuke
I
something
mean,
we
Why
don't
not?
know.
I totally have a cool thing to tell you for 3 advantage with your scanners if you want.
Yes, please.
You trust me to give you a cool thing.
Thank
One
you.
thing that perks your curiosity, because right now your brain is pumping out dopamine left and right about discoveries and new things, and the galaxy needs to know about this. While you were searching for radio signals, one of the things that you had to kind of like tweak out was there was some weird energy ambient signature that was very dense where the signal is coming from. And you basically had to kind of tweak to filter out that information to get better information on what you're looking for. And when you filtered it out, you kind of went back and said, let's turn that filter off and see what that is. And you do know for a fact, now you've of course heard, reports and stuff about, different energy sources and this ass into space and things. And nothing really called out until you scanned this part of the planet using your ship scanners and the planetary records and things. And you realize there is a strange energy signature collecting around this planet. It
So
totally
it's
just
building.
it just like, sucks up some of the ambient energy and stores it in a throbby, pulsy kind of, it builds up, then it vents. It builds up, then it vents.
Throbby Pulsey.
Throbby, pulsy. You can take that in any dirty way you want.
This planet
I'd
is a
rather not.
battery.
And it is a very
And
unique quantum mass particle cascade. Well, the cascade part's not there, but it just basically builds up quantum particles and then bleeds them off in like a very breathy, throbby pattern that's so subtle unless you're looking for it or looking for that dead spot on the planet, you would never even notice it's there. It's basically like a comet's tail, because it's on the dark side of the moon, opposite of the sun, and it just trails off the planet. Sometimes it's more powerful and focused. Sometimes it's just a small trickle of quantum particles bleeding off.
Have I ever heard of something like this occurring naturally, or would this be most likely created by sentient beings?
Ooh, that's a good question. Give me a intelligence knowledge roll.
Intelligence knowledge?
And so all of a sudden he's putting his beautiful brain to work and coming up with something with theoretical science. Did he take that class?
Can I use knowledge science?
That would be perfect.
Okay.
Damn. Look at you skipping the line. So the way you're seeing this, it is completely non-natural. This build up and release totally looks like, to you it's like a particle collector and a capacitor, how a capacitor bleeds off the extra power so it doesn't explode. It's a very controlled buildup and release, ebb and flow. And you are 100% convinced with your 2 successes that there is some mass particle device hidden on the dark side of the planet. There is something there, obviously, where the radio signal is coming from, and it is massively powerful and is bleeding off enough power that it would be like a super weapon. And it's just using the natural planet's phenomenon, because of course there are weird particles in the solar system, that something about this planet and the sun that orbits it is exactly contributing to whatever is being powered up on the dark side of the planet. And again, you're just like, this sounds like a weapon of mass destruction.
Yeah.
Yet another reason to nuke it from orbit.
And while you're gawking at your sensors with your friend helping you there, what is your vigilance or perception? What is the higher of the two?
Oh, probably, let's see, perception level 1, vigilance level 0. So my perception's higher.
Now, what is that number?
1?
So one green?
Oh, I'm sorry. 1 yellow, 2 greens.
1 yellow, 2 greens. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so for our little pirate who's going to attempt to skullduggery the neural spike out of your claw, there's a few opportunities when he's doing all this computer mashing and work where he put it down just within arm's reach, but just close enough that some sticky-fingered pirate bodyguard might be able to walk away with it.
Yeah, basically, I'm very like nimble, so I just want to kind of like pluck it and do the thing.
And do the thing.
Do the thing. Give me your skullduggery roll.
Well, I was hoping to rely more on my just speed, not my cunning, because there isn't any of that. I understand that I might be seen. I'm willing to be seen doing it. I just want it quick.
Wow, so you're just gonna run over, grab it, and shove it down the garbage disposal in front of everybody?
Sounds
I
like it.
just might.
Okay. So in that case, Chris, what is your coordination?
Oh, well, that's a dumb question. 0, 2 greens.
Okay.
Can I use a story point? No, I'm joking.
Yeah,
I'm joking.
no, you
No.
can totally use a
Oh,
story
you
point.
can totally
Oh.
do it. Except the GM used it.
Oh. I was joking anyway. I'm sorry. I didn't.
Which way? Which way is that
Aren't
going?
you wanting to keep the neural spike?
Yeah, if you want to
I
keep
do
it,
want
use
to
it.
keep the neural spike.
Then
Okay.
yeah,
use it.
that point is to protect you from losing your spike.
Okay.
Now,
Fine.
since he's going to use speed or agility, give me a coordination as you're waiting for that very moment. And I'm giving you a blue dice because you're basically waiting for your sweet spot. And you're giving it away that you're running up, grabbing it, running it to the kitchen, throwing it down the garbage disposal because this thing
It
is
will go
pure.
to an incinerator. Is what I'm really going for here.
Okay, yeah, you
Or just
basically
something
you're
where I know
destroying
it'll get
something.
destroyed.
Go
Well,
ahead
garbage
and
disposal will probably do pretty well.
give me your check.
Can I flip also?
Nope. Or do you had one flip? Or are we doing multiple flips?
I don't think we
We just been doing one, but
Okay, I couldn't
I'll-
remember
I'll
if we
go ahead
did
and roll it.
multiple flips, but he already pulled a flip on you. Besides, the
All
poor
right.
guy's only got 2 green. Cut him
Is
cut
it
him a
set?
break. Yep, it's all set.
All
And
right.
I don't think
Come
the hotel
on.
rooms come with incinerators, so
Boom.
wow.
Nice.
So what does it look like when you see he's got the neural spike sitting like a pencil on the comm desk, and you're deciding this is my moment, man. This is my moment. And by the way, for your 3 advantage, I'll guarantee you that it's destroyed.
Okay.
He's all giggling as he's running towards the disposal with it. Ah, I got it.
Despair me.
Well,
He trips
basically,
and impales himself on it.
as soon as it's free, as soon as it hits the ground, I just like dart my hand out, grab it, and duck, and just chuck the thing down. I say, nobody. This is pure evil. This cannot be allowed to ever infect anybody again.
As everybody else just looks slack jaws, this interaction happens. What's happening?
You
Yeah,
colossal.
looking at him like, yeah, but there's a whole bunch more of them out there. But
And he
okay.
Well,
opens.
you know
He
what, though?
opens the drawer that's the
one
incinerator
less.
and shoves it down. You see the flash of the instant laser incinerator for kitchenware.
You colossal imbecile. That was the last one in this whole city. There was so much more to be learned. We could have figured out more on details on how it works, more on how to prevent it, more on how to make it better. There was just so much science you just destroyed.
Nothing of value is lost.
All I hear is bubble, 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 bubble.
As currently in the security team's morgue, there's 9 more corpses with them in them.
Right.
Yeah. Well, you know what? One less. This is an abomination. It can't be allowed to continue.
I mean, he's not wrong.
But it still can be learned from, because once something exists, it's easy to recreate. All weapons persist, even the sword, even the bow and arrow, as you've seen today. And the only way to defend against it is to know it better and to make a better one.
Well, I don't know about to make a better
Spoken
one,
like
but
a high
knowing,
I think you just made my point for me.
Yeah, knowing more about it might have been helpful, but yeah.
We're not making a better one.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
Somebody will.
And
Not us.
not
Or
us.
you.
And these are only to be destroyed, not recreated, not multiplied. We gotta root it out and get rid of every single thing we can find. If I knew about this before, I would have incinerated all those bodies. You've got your notes, you know how to find it, you know how to track it. We find them, we destroy them.
It would still be helpful to get a living sample so we can know how to detect them.
Well, that's
The
Tyra's
only
work.
way we're
Doing,
getting
doing additional research on how to detect them with a different one, if they're still living for a short period of time, is something we might do. I don't
only
think
under
that we
the
have any other
circumstance
study
that
for that particular one.
I would only go along with that if you were to free the person that it was attached to.
I would
Part of
be
the study would
delighted
be on
to
how to
try.
free
I
him.
could learn so
or
much
her.
from remove a successful remover. Yes, that is absolutely 100% a deal.
All right. And then it gets destroyed immediately after.
We can negotiate.
No, it gets destroyed immediately after.
This has been an exhausting night. I'm going to my room.
And as you guys,
Oh.
finish eating your grub and take out containers, and everyone goes in different directions after the very tense moment, as the body is still on the table getting sticky.
Pouty fish.
As you guys are totally looking up on the console screen, where the big screen's showing the planet, and there's a pinging on the dark side of the moon where he marked it, as well as the weird particle waves that are coming in this almost natural but too natural to be natural, because nature has patterns, but this is too rhythmic to even be nature. And you guys look at the monitor, somebody's eating out of their takeout box. You look at the corpse, your security friend shows up eventually, enjoys some takeout, and she's able to take 2 bites before she wants to heave after seeing the autopsy on the table.
Oh, no. Me and her are going over to my apartment, which is clean.
Jesus.
Hey, take this thing with you. Throw it in the dumpster on the way out.
Drag this out with you. Take out the trash.
Put that thing away, or so help me.
All right. Yeah. Obtain and everybody get we make sure we share a copy of the report to everybody that you created.
And as the send button is sent for the message to go to the Keleres, that's when the camera fades out to dark because it's sending the message, and you see the sending ... Message received ETA, and it gives you a time counting down for the confirmation to come back that it was received, just as a nice reminder so you don't forget if it was sent and didn't get received.
I mean,
And
it's
you
going to
guys-
be like 2 weeks. The courier ship has to go and come back.
And as you guys see the map of the dark side of the planet, which is basically just this.
Oh, wait. One more thing. I want to send a separate report through my people contacts, and I want somebody to separately identify that Keleres actually received it.
Ooh.
Wow.
Okay, and are you doing this in a clandestine way so your teammates don't know this?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm also using the favor.
Ooh.
And of course, when I get back to my room, I'm sending a report to the Argent flight. So
Man, suddenly everybody knows.
Everybody's breaking up doing their own
Metropolises
secret
are-
roles. So, Scott, I'm going to go ahead and roll a computers for you for your super subtle secret message. And I
Okay.
just noticed what your computer skills are.
Do I have computer skills?
You have 2 green. So you
Oh.
send out the secret message, air quote secret, but apparently your encryption was just meh. You used your Hotmail account and you sent it saying secret do not open. I do
Okay,
not
no,
give
no,
you
no, 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 no. I'm not sending this on a computer. At some point, I'm going to be meeting one of my people.
Oh, okay, so you're doing this in person.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
good, because you
you're not going to
computers
send
roll
this information.
0.
Yeah, you wouldn't send this information about these easy bake agents to people over the fucking comms. That's a terrible idea.
You send it to the Spice Network. Okay, so you go off to take your new friend to some private time and do a drop off with the
Right.
Spice
And
Network.
then after I take her home,
Yeah.
I talk to my people.
So what? 15 minutes?
15 seconds.
Well, I mean, till dropping off the message.
So did I.
Okay, so anybody secretly sending files to your faction, go ahead and roll your computers to see how well your secret file went off this planet without somebody here catching that.
And I'm not super worried about secret, but I send it as covertly as possible.
Okay, you send it out, and you feel reasonably sure that it's getting out to its intended target.
Yeah,
And not
so
being
that's Ro
intercepted.
Lars. Oh, he's even playing the
Yeah.
game. Great. So what do we want? We want computers.
Computers, yep.
I mean, I'm sending for different reasons, but
Yeah,
He's like, I want a degree in cybernetics, motherfucker.
I don't care. Everybody hears about it.
Trakar's,
Yeah.
interpretation of it is now we've got spies that take over people's souls and gene shapers? What the hell?
I'm the only one in the group not sending a message.
Well, I did a while ago, so. But mine was a favor, so. That's...
yeah.
Okay, so as the
The
camera
thing that
dins,
kills me though is I'm the only one not sending a message, but I'm the investigator of the group.
Well, this has to do with other alliances and things,
Yep. And as the camera pans back and we just see the sending messages going through the routers, and then we see the obviously foreboding snippet for next time of the ping from the dark side of the planets, as you guys are going to have to deal with that. As you get the little
Yeah.
ping, 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 everything fades to dark, as that's a good place to wrap it up there, since we all have stuff happening tomorrow morning before the sun comes up. And you guys get 25 freaking experience points.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
You
Love it.
discovered the basically the threat here is the L1Z1X on the planet. There is
Sweet.
You discovered that there is some kind of artificial structure collecting energy on that side of the planet. The controlling force is over there. You guys pretty much just need to get in your ship and fly there, or get other means to fly over there. I mean, you don't have to use your ship. You can always,
Right?
borrow from one of the different guilds on the planet to say, hey, there's an
Yeah.
archaeological
Acquire a
dig
police vehicle.
site. I mean,
Acquire a police
after
vehicle.
what you've discovered,
I'm still voting to try and get the planet to nuke them from orbit.
I'm kind of behind you on that one, to be honest.
Yeah, well, as long as there's nobody else there that might be worthwhile. The odds are there's probably not. So
According to these people, there's nothing there.
it's
If there's
true.
nothing
There's been
there-
survey teams that have gone over that area before, and there's nothing there.
there you go. Then I'm all good with that. We can convince them.
Did anybody check the survey teams for surgical scars?
Ooh.
No, but of course not, because
That's
nobody
an
knew about the
interesting
threat
point.
here.
Oh,
That's a
now
good-
everybody does.
Now everybody in the group's gonna want to be checking everybody's. Like, let me see behind your ear.
Yeah.
I need to see the back of your head.
Another reason to nuke them from orbit.
I mean, I've been in suit the whole time, so I'm well above suspicion.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah,
the
we don't
only
know
way to be
about you.
sure.
We don't know about your extracurricular activities.
And frankly, we
But
don't
we
want to.
kind of do now.
We don't know who else has been in that tank with you.
Ooh, that's
Oh
just
man,
unsterile.
I could see a Hyro weapon that the whole point is to shoot the tank and drill in and releases something to swim with you.
Oh my goodness, let me take notes on that.
Drop a little piranha in there. All right, 25 XP, man. Gotta figure out what to
25
do with all that.
XP.
And I already spent it.
Oh, geez.
Really?
I haven't even looked yet.
Yeah, I haven't even.
I took my perception
man.
from level 1 to level 3.
Wow.
Nice.
Someone is tired of not seeing danger coming.
I don't know what you're talking about. I keep seeing danger coming. I'm the reason we knew the L1Z1X were there last session.
Yep.
True.
But now I got
Right.
3 yellows and a green for perception.
Oh man.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Yeah, now I gotta figure out what skills are what, because my last 10 points I had, I spent on gunslinger diplomacy.
It sounds like you might want to upgrade
So
your
I have
shooting.
social. So I have social skills now. Well, I have 3 yellow and a green. I mean, come on.
That's not as good as 4 yellow.
No, but still. But
And
I have
not as
social
good as
skill.
4 yellow and a green.
But I have social skill now. I have gunslinger diplomacy.
You don't need social skill. You're an ardent flight agent. I was entirely correct when I called you a murder chicken.
Like I said, gunslinger diplomacy. If your character is armed, they may use their talent to conspicuously display their weapon and add 2 success and 1 threat to their results for a social skill check.
Don't you have talons? Doesn't that mean you're always armed? All times?
No, they don't. I don't think I had talents. No, I don't have talents.
I realize it's not necessary, but I would like to officially say the opinions of Dr. Frankenfish do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the management.
Frankenstein fish.
Yeah.
I still like my insult, krill for brains.
No, that was beautiful.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Right? Oh, good Lord. All right, then. Good job, guys.
All right. Yeah.
That was a lot
Go
of fun.
team.
Thank you.
Go team.
And game tomorrow, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
salvage tomorrow?
Yeah, salvage
Yeah.
tomorrow. That's
Okay.
one reason
Yes.
why I'm leaving before the sun comes up. We got to go check the property and
Excellent.
get back. So
Oh,
that's
geez.
like
yeah.
4 hours of driving. So we'll be
As-
Yeah, it looks like they had a
That's
pretty
right.
good storm tonight down south.
Yeah, so we may be getting
But
there
what
just to
type of
turn around and
game?
say no. Oh,
Sorry, what was
tomorrow
that?
is our salvage game. It's a Genesis setting, well, Genesis system set on a absolutely horrible sandy shithole of a planet where you
That's
can
great.
die just getting out of the vehicle because it's worse than, Dune.
And that's why I
Okay.
don't ever get out of the vehicle.
Are you
Obviously-
are you streaming this game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're on episode 6. Tomorrow will be episode 7, I think.
I am pretty sure this is like episode 4 or 5. I think
Yeah,
you were
I
trying
think
to
so.
off game. I think we went over this last time.
No, last time I
but
said 10
most of
when
the
I
games
accidentally
been-
stole the Weird West Games title and
Yeah.
pasted it on the load up.
Problem is, most of the last sessions have been wandering the desert lost. So
I have a
Yeah,
feeling
just
that
walking
that's
in
going to
circles.
continue.
Oh, so it's Doctor Who.
The group's navigator regularly gets them very lost by days in the wrong directions.
Yeah.
It's terrible. And I'm driving these fuckers around, and it's just nonstop. Where are we? This isn't where we're supposed to be.
It's so
I
great.
recognize that rock. Wait a minute, or
So
was it
great
that
in
rock?
Roll20. I have the car they can see that is their icon, and the car that they can't see that is actually which direction they're really going. Because I was getting confused how far off track they were, so I'm just like, okay, here's the invisible one, that's where they are, and here's the one they can see, that's where they are.
And those
And
two
there's
icons are never in the same place.
no.
Never.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, you get out, you like automatically
right.
take like, shit ton of strain. Just
yeah,
because of the weather.
it's ridiculous. You have to do the resilience check right off the get-go. For the first hour of being out there, of how much strain you take just being out in the bad weather.
Yeah, on a bad day, you take like 8 to 10 strain per hour.
Yep.
Wow.
And
And
that's
if
with
it's a really
water
bad
and
sandstorm,
equipment.
it's 8 to 10 wounds per hour. It's just like,
It's
oh my god.
The
pretty
concept being
horrible.
that a fleet of 73 spaceships missed where they were going and ended up on this shithole instead. And the people that live on the planet are the survivors of a century of living in shit. The problem in the planet is any water that's naturally there is full of a horrible parasite, which will jack your character up if you can track the parasite. There's native robots that protect the ruins that are out there that are really cool, or sometimes just simple robots doing a sand garden because the plants are dead.
Yep.
And
We just broke into a ruin and are surrounded by robots.
yeah,
So tomorrow you should watch all of the old streams to catch up and then tune in as we figure out which one of us is going to get shot first.
yeah, they went down a hole and somebody rolled a bad roll, and rather than having them just fall to their death, I
It
had
was
to
me.
do the
I'm pretty sure it
whole
was me that rolled a bad roll.
yeah.
It's
That
because
all
I
of a
got out of the
sudden
truck.
a bunch of drones come hovering up and turn
Yeah.
on their spotlights on the group that's coming down this 80-foot descent down to a buried ruins.
Never get out of the vehicle. That's
Never
the
get
one.
out of the vehicle. It is a
I've been telling
great.
them this the whole time, but they connived. They did everything they could to get me out of the truck. I'm like, I should just be in the truck, man. I was like, you're the only
Fucking
person.
Tigers.
Yeah, it was like my character is all about shooting and punching too, because she's just real good at it. And it's just like, fuck, I need to be down there, but God, never get out of the
Yeah.
truck.
I'm
Yeah,
still in
yeah,
shock
yeah.
you guys sold those cooling coils.
Eh,
I think what we got, like, functionally is
yeah,
a little bit better.
we're
Oh yeah,
definitely
your
Anyway.
way
boss
better
hooked you
equipped
up with some
than
great
we were.
stuff.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
almost
Yeah,
like this
definitely.
mod boss wanted to make sure you guys could do your job.
Yeah,
definitely never
but
get
that
out
on
of the
top
boat.
of our shopping spree was, whew, that was nice.
Yeah.
We all feel quite a lot better.
They went from very poor adventurers and poor clothing who were doing a job to get a car on loan to leave town to go do their job.
We are very in debt.
Yeah.
Well then,
All right,
Good
guys.
night.
Good night.
night.
All right,
See ya.
good night,
Yeah.
guys.
Later, guys.
Night.
Good job. Night.
Have fun
Bye,
spending
Scott.
the
Feel
experience.
better.
Yeah, Scott, I
Thank
definitely
you.
hope you feel
Night.
better, dude. And if you need anything, let us know, okay?
Visitors probably.
Okay. What are their normal visiting hours? Do they end at 5:30 or 6?
I think it's like 10.
Oh, nice. It's better than Northwestern. Shoot me the deets, as the kids say.
Okay.
All right, later, man.
Bye-bye.